Oh, I see you feeling yourself. That type of pride ain't good for your health. Come on, as you wish. It didn't have to go down like this. I'm done talking, you didn't listen. I'll say it louder with my fist. I'm the attitude adjuster. Let's see if you tough enough to back up all that stuff, young buster. Buckle when these knuckles touch you. Hey, don't get fooled by the grade. I don't care what nobody say. Stand in my way, that's where you're late. I don't play, no. You gotta get this work. Who you gotta get this work? Who you gotta get this work? Who you gotta get this work? Your ego's about to get more than your feelings hurt. See, I just want peace. I just want peace. And I know my heart's true. I know my heart is true. I came back from the east side, yeah. Now I know what I must do. Fight for the greater good. Fight to even up the score. Fight for my neighborhood. Fight to get my just reward. Fight for the ones that lost. Fight to get what's in store. Fight anyone I cross. So what are you fighting for? Fight for the greater good. Fight to even up the score. Fight for my neighborhood. Fight to get my just reward. So what are you fighting for? I said, what are you fighting for? Yeah. Oh, I see you feeling yourself. That type of pride ain't good for your health. Come on.
様、三島流は捨てたはずでは。
What is up? Are we ready to start? Because I am. Oh man, this is going to be a long stream. This is going to be a long fucking stream, boys and girls. We got a lot to talk about. Oh boy. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this. This is gonna be a 4-hour stream minimum, 5 hours, maybe 6 hours, I don't know. Let's fucking go. Yo, what is up? Guys, if you're interested in the mix, it's I linked it it's in the pinned message. It's it's made by the creator of Tekken. Okay? He left after 30 years and he dropped this mixtape. He's like, yeah, you know what, guys? I'm out. Here's a mixtape. It's fucking sick. It's in the pinned message. I'll unpin it a little bit. If you want to check it out, check it. PG, thanks so much for the resub. Thanks so much, Timmy. And I also saw a couple of people who donated. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Yes, I have 40,000 tabs open. You see how much? You see how much? You see how much? Guys, before we get into this, we really got to talk about this, bro. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Okay, wait. I have a story to tell you guys. So, oh my God, they're fucking spamming it. Mer, thanks so much for the 7 months. So listen, if you guys don't know, this is from my last stream. Okay. Timmy, thanks for the 5. Thank you. This is from my last stream where we talked about Shay. Okay. This dude would go like creeping around people who are like 17, waiting until they're 18, right? Grooming them. And then every time they'd have something sus to say, they would use this fucking thing, this dumb smiley. He's like, oh, Pats, and also saying dumb shit like, can we platonically kiss? This is why everywhere you go now in my channel, you see the word platonically and this stupid smiley, okay? Because it's so ridiculous, it became an inside joke that has blown beyond proportion. I could have never guessed. I could have never guessed. Passport autism segment, the stream too or no? It depends. It depends whether I get triggered or not. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. This has spread way more than I could have imagined. Okay. The other day I got DM'd on Twitter by an editor. Okay. He was like, yo, man, love your channel. Here's my portfolio. Would love to edit for you. I checked the portfolio. Looked pretty good. But I said, hey, listen, I'm not interested in editors at the moment. I like to edit the videos myself, right? If you didn't know, I edit my own videos. But I was like, hey, I'll let you know if I need like, any other projects or whatever. Let me tell you exactly what he fucking said. I need to close my VTuber app real quick, so I'll freeze. But let me tell you. Dark Anomaly, thank you so much for subbing. Let me tell you what this dude had to say, bro. Let me just open up Twitter. He said, not a problem at all, King. Thanks for platonically replying nonetheless with this dumb smiley. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. This has reached like, this has reached places we never thought we'd find them in, bro. What the hell? I thought this was a video. Well, technically it is. Velocitrixer, thank you. And Sothi, my platonic brother in Google Docs, do you have enough tabs open? Yes. Is your RAM measured in terabytes? Dude, I'm rich as fuck. I have 64 gigs, bro. I'm rich as... This is like more than 100 grams of gold right now. Hell yeah. Because I bought it last year. Bus Team, thank you. So yeah, it has... This has gone out of control, bro. Like, I'm legit getting people asking me, yo, Muujin, what does this mean? Why? Like, every time I make a YouTube post, I'm like, hey guys, what video do you want to see? What? Everyone's like, yes, platonically waiting for the next video, platonically waiting for the next stream. You guys are crazy. Like what the this has spread far beyond what I could have ever imagined. Oh man, this is Shay's revenge. This is Shay's bad karma, bro. Bro probably watched my stream and fucking cursed me. But yeah, now forever we're just cursed with this stupid smiley. Did I just miss anything? Or did you start streaming? I just started streaming. Just started streaming. Zuzu, thank you. All right. We're going to start now. We're going to start. Oh my God, bro. This fucking smiley face. This chat's crazy. Yeah, we're going to be starting. So as always, donations and subs and whatnot, it'll be at the end of the stream. Guys, I have my alert box open. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't pick shit up, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, I'll get to this. I'll get to all this at the end of the stream. Let me just type that. Donos will be read at the end of the stream. We have reached terminal levels of Platonic. Yes, I agree. All right. Chat's moving too fast. Chat's moving too fast. Chat's moving too fast. Replace pinned message. All right. Mujer, please platonically make this a video, please. I don't know if it's necessary. I think this is better as a discussion. Sophie, thank you so much. Hope you get better soon. This is better as a discussion. Okay, this is because this involves everyone. If things evolve further, which I hope they don't, maybe it's worth a video. But right now, I think this is worth a stream where we talk about it. But then again, I always say I'm not going to do something and then I end up doing it. like the Pirate Software video, like, God, so many videos. So many videos I end up saying probably not, and then I do it. Anyway, so we're going to be talking, of course, about the Streamer Awards. This has been absolutely crazy. Okay, there's been Streamer Awards have been going on since 2022. Big call. Thank you. Streamer Awards have been going on since 2022. This is probably the time in which it was the most radioactive, the most heated, the craziest I've witnessed, because I've kept up with all of them. Okay, this really has reached a point, I think, of no return. This has reached a breaking point, is what I'm trying to say. So we have to talk about what the hell's going on, but also looking at different nuances, because right now this is legit like a fucking medieval battle between, like, I don't know, I feel like it's one of those witch hunts, right? You have two sides, one calling themselves, the true believers, calling the other side heathens, like not willing to compromise at all, not willing to have a conversation, not willing to see each other's perspectives. This is where we have reached right now. It's getting like very heated. Like some VTubers are literally being dragged through the mud, attacking each other very violently. So look, let's clear the air here. Okay. Platonic medieval joust. Anyway, this is a serious topic. Okay. All right. Stop joking around, bro. This is a serious topic. This is a serious topic. Yeah, dude. Last video, the Google Doc was amazing. It was amazing. Thank you. Thank you for the dono. All right. Stasu, thank you for subbing. Guys, yes, it's okay to platonic super chat, but I'm going to get to the donos at the end. Okay. All right, let's go. So, Streamer Awards, Wikipedia, our good old friend. Look, they started in 2022. Now, one thing I want to really emphasize here is that the winners, so the nominations are, according to the show, the nominations are due to, it's people pretty much voting, right? It's viewers that nominate who they want to nominate. But the vote itself, 70% popular vote, which means people like you, 30% panelist vote, which means out of touch streamers that no one likes. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. All right, so 30% is a large number. That means if every panelist voted for someone, the 70% have to be very coordinated. Otherwise, it's over. All right, so that's something very, very important to keep in mind. This is very interesting, actually. Look at the viewership. It started with 380,000. Now it reached a peak of 1 million. All right, this is definitely something to mention in another section. I'll keep that in mind. Hopefully I don't forget. But yeah, there's a lot of different categories. We'll get to that. But overall, I mean, look at the logo. You know what I mean? Like, look at the branding. Like, it's very obvious what they're trying to do. It's very obvious. They're trying to mimic the Oscars. They're trying to mimic this like high society type shit where it's like, oh my God, we're here to recognize like top tier talent in the entertainment industry. You know what I mean? Like, this is very, very obvious what they're trying to do. Not shitting on it or anything, but like, I'm just saying it's obvious. I mean, obviously it was inspired by something. This is like Hollywood Art Deco. If you've been to Hollywood Boulevard, this will seem very familiar. Okay. So, yeah. Now, many different categories. For this year, there were 37. Okay. There are a lot of different categories, a lot of variety of people. This wasn't always like this. Okay. I will say, to their credit, they have definitely like expanded quite a bit into other niches, into other content creators, because in 2021, it was very like, it was legit like the same 20 streamers you saw on like live stream fail. Okay, like it was best ASMR streamer. Anyway, so it was very, very still like it was a niche award show. Okay, 380,000 was the most it could stretch to, pretty much. So since then, yes, they have definitely expanded. This comes with positives and negatives. We'll get to that later, but that's what you have to keep in mind. And also, it's worth noting that in the previous years, it was very, very hard for them to find sponsors. At some point, they had to accept a Fansly sponsor, right? Which is an NSFW, like adult site, because no one else would sponsor them. Okay? All right. This whole thing is organized. Let me do this. Cutie Cinderella. Right. Is organized by Cutie Cinderella. She's a streamer. Okay? If you don't know her, then you'll probably recognize her if I say she's Ludwig's girlfriend. Okay? Because, you know, I mean, he's way bigger at this point. So, yeah. Now, I know you're probably aware of the backlash that happened due to the whole VTuber award. I mean, you know, probably a lot of you like watch VTubers. Maybe that's how you found my channel, whatever. But this is more than that. This isn't just about VTubers. This thing, like when I say it's the worst one out of all the others, I mean it, because this blew up in bad ways in so many different directions. Look at the dislikes on the fucking stream. Look at this. If it's not clear, let me zoom in. All right. The whole thing was 3 hours and a half. People are not happy. This is not just VTubers. We'll get to why. Okay, this stream is going to be divided into two sections. This is like the intro, kind of telling you like what's going on, but it's going to be divided into two sections. The first one about VTubers. Second one about, I would argue, an even bigger issue that actually matters more. Okay, not to say that the VTuber stuff don't matter. Okay, but we'll get to that. But yeah, obviously, people just, this just seems so out of touch in general. Like if I need to sum this up, the whole thing's out of touch. People don't really seem like they want to be there. Very impolite, very socially awkward, not in like a cute, shy way, like, oh my God, senpai. No, like, I don't know how to talk to you. Like weird facial expressions, you know, disrespect, things like that. Like, look at the top comment. No disrespect, but they need to start inviting people that actually want to be there, right? So yeah, and the crowd was very, very tough. It was very hard to watch in many different ways. We will get to that in the second section, all right? Oops, that's not meant to be here. Oh shit. Yeah, let's just put it, whatever. Let's just, we'll get back to this. Anyway, that's not meant to be here either. Yeah, anyway, every year for Cutie Cinderella, every single year, and I mean this, I'm not even exaggerating, every single year, around the time the Streamer Awards are, you know, present the nominees and people are encouraged to vote, Cutie Cinderella breaks down crying on her stream. Every single fucking year. I wish I was kidding. All right. She breaks down crying because she gets a lot of hate. People are calling it unfair. Their favorite content creator isn't getting nominated. So she just cries on stream. I really don't see why she, you know, needs to do that in public, but she does that. Okay. You don't see any Oscars organizers crying on stream because people have been shitting on them for 20 years for not letting Leonardo DiCaprio win an award. Right. So definitely very interesting. I mean, I'll show a bit of the clip, I guess, just so you understand. You know, sure.
I'm just so tired.
It's sped up. I'm not the one who sped it up. Okay. Okay, you get the point. All right. So, all right. So, what the hell is happening? Okay, look, the Streamer Awards went through. It happened. Cool. As you can see on Twitter, if you frequent Twitter, absolute nuclear bomb. So what's going on? Let's go over that, right? So, as I said, first section is going to be about VTubers. The second one about everything else in general. Whole thing is an absolute disaster, at least in my opinion. All right. So this all started November 16th, 2025, when the nominees for Best VTuber were announced. All right? Chibidoki, Iron Mouse, Kenji, Mori, and, to many people's surprise, the Burnt Peanut. Many people, especially in the VTuber, dude, I'd argue 90% of people in the VTuber community don't even know who the fuck that is. Never heard of him before. But yeah, all of a sudden, people saw it as a joke, like, oh, whatever, he's probably not going to win. These people's fan bases are stronger, blah, blah, blah. Thing is, though, completely underestimated. I see there's a lot of Kenji fans in chat. I'm a fan too. I love the guy. So one thing people underestimated or didn't understand is that just because they don't know who Peanut is, doesn't mean he's not huge. All right. Look at this chart. Something out of a fucking fever dream. Averaging 5K to 10K for the entirety of 2025. And boom! October to December went from 10K to 40,000 viewers, now averaging around 50,000. Quintupled his viewer count like he was just going for a piss. I want to also mention, dude didn't stream for like the entirety of 2023, half of 2022, only came back in 2024. All right? This reminds me of Pirate Software. This actually was the exact same timeline in 2023, I believe, when Pirate Software blew up this quickly, okay? As I already mentioned in my Pirate Software video, something like this looks very impressive, but it comes with way more negatives than positives that you can only see later down the line. We will get to that later. Point is, dude is huge. Him and his community are euphoric over how big he is. He feels that he can do anything in the world. His community feels the same. That's the current situation. People underestimated that, okay? So, it's no secret, the Burnt Peanut ended up winning, right? This is where you would usually vote. Burnt Peanut ended up winning Best VTuber, and it was more of a shock win. To anyone in the VTubing community, it was more of a shock win, okay? Everyone outside VTubing probably knew he was going to win, like people who actually watch him. But for people in VTubing that didn't know who he was, this was a shock win. This just came out of nowhere, sweeped it out, and the reactions were very mixed. Okay. What mattered though is that, I mean, dude, you can see like this is probably the most interacted with post on the entire Streamer Awards. Okay. Best VTuber, best Vtuber. Congrats to the Burnt Peanut for winning Best VTuber. 36,000 likes, 34 million views, 1,600 replies. And I can assure you right now, most of them are not positive. Okay. However, there's one thing to note here. The people who were also nominated lost with grace. Okay. Iron Mouse, Mori, there's a bunch of other VTubers as well, pretty much saying, let's go. Nice. Good job. Awesome. Right? It's to be expected, by the way. Right? Like, listen, we're still in the beginning here. If we're going to talk about the timeline, this is still the beginning. He just won. So first off, yes, some of these people did get shit for this. My question is, what do you want them to do? What do you want? You want Iron Mouse to come in and say, fuck you, Peanut, suck on my nuts instead? Like, is that really what you want? That's going to kind of ruin the illusion of who she is, right? She's meant to be a good person, right? So at this point, this is reasonable. Losing with grace is a good thing. It shouldn't be seen as negative. What happened afterwards, though, is when things got really tricky, right? So yeah, obviously, some people were calling this a humiliation ritual, but this came the next day, right? And a lot happened in 24 hours, okay? But the idea of everyone pretty much congratulating him that was nominated, even big VTubers, that was seen as a humiliation ritual. Now, why were people thinking this? Okay, well, I mean, look at this. 11 million views, 61,000 likes, almost 5,000 replies. Kitsu saying, non-VTuber won the Best VTuber award. Right? So now, of course, oh my God, this was like what? Like, this was like Oppenheimer finally finding out how to blow up a nuke. Like if you watch the fucking movie, this was him pretty much seeing it for the first time. This was boom. This was the explosion. Okay. Now all of a sudden you had many people arguing, yo, what is a VTuber anyway? He technically qualifies. Why are you guys mad? This is just an award. This is, this is really bad for VTuber, blah, blah. Everyone just arguing. And then it turned out that some clips resurfaced about Peanut, okay, in regards to how he feels about the VTuber award in particular, right? So this all started actually, okay, let me just do this. Yeah, this all started actually not because of Peanut, but because of Shroud, all right? Shroud is fucking annoying, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Ever since he said that multiplayer gamers are underrepresented that our creators should win over Expedition 33. Bro, this guy's just annoying. He exists to rage bait. Anyway, look at what he said to Peanut. And he actually started the whole thing. This was legit something that was birthed from Shroud's lips. It wasn't even Peanut's idea. Watch.
I really do feel like you deserve it.
All right. Okay. All right. Tell you what, you deserve, buddy.
Let's run back a 6v6.
Actually, genuine question though. Do you think if you won, this is a question for everybody, do you think if you were to win an achievement like that, that VTubers would be pissed?
Wait a second.
Vtubers
Hold up.
would be
Wait a
pissed.
minute. Shroud could be onto something.
This could actually be a good thing. If you win, you could, you know, you don't like VTubers, you know, you're you know, a P-tuber and all.
The
So
master
if you
plan.
win the VTuber award,
Big rage bait.
yeah, think about that. Think about the damage you could do to the VTuber community if you won as a P-tuber.
That is an excellent point, Shroud.
Triceratops,
Excellent point.
Ready to strike.
Wow. I never thought about it that way. Honestly,
Vote
I'm
for
in.
Peanut.
I'm in.
Vote for
I'm
Peanut.
in.
Yeah, vote for
Vote for
Peanut.
me, gentlemen. Let's get them.
All right, so look. Yeah, Shroud is really weird here. Okay, what is that villain monologue Shroud is giving? Okay, look. Again, this is about perspective. This is about like putting yourself in the shoes of someone else. It's easy to see Peanut like siding with Shroud and be like, "Oh, what a piece of shit!" Look, Shroud here looks bad regardless of how you look at it, from any lens, from any perspective, from any point of view. Shroud is being an asshole for no reason. Okay. Peanut, though, on the other hand, here's what you have to understand. Shroud is an OG streamer. When it comes to multiplayer games like this, he is seen as the go-to guy. He is huge. All right, he is huge. Peanut very recently blew up. And as streaming happens, since everyone is just, you know, trying to leech off the next big person, now everyone wants to collab with Peanut. Everyone and their mother wants to collab with Peanut. He has been in collabs left and right with the biggest streamers of these genres. All right, I wonder why. Maybe they just found his personality funny. Maybe they like peanuts. Maybe they're just allergic to peanuts and want to interact with one without suffocating. I don't know. Point is, all of a sudden, everyone's on his dick. Here's the thing, though. There is still a power dynamic at play here. Shroud is the OG. He has a legacy. He's built up an audience, a reputation. Peanut isn't going to shut his ass down. He's laughing uncomfortably, like, yeah, that would be interesting, man. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah, sure. However, his community took it very seriously. Look at the comments. That's all the proof you need. 100% will vote for Peanut. Where's mission accomplished? I will vote right now if you tell us where to vote. Some people didn't even know this was an award. Some people didn't know this was a thing. Where do I vote? So overall, show me where to vote link. Someone, God, please link the vote. This guy's genuinely more cringe than... okay, well, that's a negative comment towards him. Anyway. So overall, many people didn't even know what the hell was going on. They didn't even know this was an actual award. They didn't even know there was a VTuber category he was nominated to. This encouraged them. And the person who brought it up was Shroud. Peanut played along. His audience is probably younger. No, I actually think like it varies. I had a guy with white hair call me a dumbass for a tweet I made in regards to Peanut. Yeah, like I legit went to his profile before meeting him, of course. Dude like looked older than my dad. So think about that. The tweet I made, wait, let me show you actually. The tweet I made was thank you for complimenting my VTuber. Tweet I made was this. It was harmless. It was nothing malicious here. I just said Mori looks a bit different here, but congrats to her, right? Like it wasn't malicious or anything. It was just making fun of the fact that Mori looks different, like she looks like a peanut. But yeah, I did get some comments being like, "You're just salty. Cope." It's like, dude, it's not that serious, man. It's like the fact that someone who's probably 45 said that shit to me, it was crazy. I was like, man, that's the thing. There's a lot like Shroud's viewers, Dr. Disrespect's viewers, Burnt Peanuts viewers, like people who watch things like extraction shooters and battle royales. They're typically people who are working jobs, high income jobs, and they're putting these people on their second monitors. Okay. Like I legit saw this myself. I worked at a tech company at some point. The IT guy, the head of the IT, he would put Dr. Disrespect on his other monitor. This was before like he got banned on Twitch. So, this is the demographic we're talking about here. Mostly 30s, 40s, stuff like that. People with deep pockets, one might say. They would buy any merch. They love to sub. They love to show support. And, they have access to the internet, just like us. But also there was another clip here as well that people uncovered from 2 months ago when he was on a podcast and he was asked, hey, do you consider yourself a VTuber? Well, here's what he had to say. Watch.
Every time I play with that guy, first thing he says, he goes, make sure you guys go vote Peanut for VTuber of the year.
Yeah.
And then I riff him up with
So they're talking about Shroud here, right? Shroud is really pushing for the idea, oh man, just go vote for it. It'll be so funny to see these VTuber tears, bro. What? I don't know what Shroud's problem is, man. Honestly, like, for the most part, for years, he was seen as someone who was wholesome, sticked in his own lane, played games, and was good at them. I don't know what's like, is he bored? Is he just bored? Does he feel like his numbers? And I don't know what the fuck's going on with Shroud, man. Honestly, it's getting kind of annoying.
something. I don't know what I say, but everybody knows I don't like being called a VTuber just because it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
Doesn't it just mean virtual tuber?
Yo, I don't think so.
So see, even in Peanut's opinion, right? Because this is an argument I'm seeing a lot, that's used a lot. VTuber is virtual tuber, so Peanut technically qualifies. Here's the thing. He was literally saying, no, I don't qualify as a V. He's like, not really, right? Because he knows being a VTuber is more than just having a virtual avatar. People in the VTubing community itself expect more. That's not to say they're correct or wrong, dude. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is he gets it. He's not like, completely out of his depth or anything. He gets it. He gets that he doesn't like fit into the pre-established notion of what a VTuber is. So he makes the joke that he's a P-tuber, right? So this was there. Look, he also won another award. He won 2 awards. He won Best FPS Streamer, which, of course, yeah, I don't think anyone's against this, right? Maybe some people that are like One Pixel fans that are too busy fucking gambling and opening 50 cases a day on CS2. Yeah, maybe they would disagree with this. But seeing how big he became in just a couple months, sure. Yeah, he won an award. So why fuck over VTubing? The thing is, though, before we dive deeper into like the whole nuances and how complex this issue has become, we also have to talk about the fact that this award show took the complete piss out of VTubers. Honestly, listen, you want my honest opinion? I'll tell it to you after this, but look at this. They were presenting the best. I can't believe this shit happened. This was the only error, by the way. The whole show, this was the only production error as far as I'm aware. They were presenting best agency or corporation or team, right? So there was like FaZe, Hololive, whatever. Look at this. What the fuck is this?
Hololive.
What the fuck is this?
Hololive.
What are we doing here? Like, this poor guy is such a wholesome streamer, right? He is such a wholesome streamer. He was in another category. Who screwed up with the images? What the hell is this? Yeah, dude, it's Yagu. No, yeah, it's John Hololive. John Hololive. What the hell is this? Like, what a disservice. That wasn't it, though. That wasn't it. Look at this, dude. This is how they introduced the VTuber Award. Watch.
Hey guys, I'm super excited to present this next award. Uwu. The 5 VTubers in this category worked hard at mastering peak kawaii and ara order farming. Here are the nominees for Best VTuber.
God, I want to jump over something. Anyway, yeah. So that's how they were introduced. Yeah, you remember that comment that was left on the Streamer Awards video saying, please next time invite people who want to be there? She seems so bored, bro. She's like, man, why out of all the categories, why did you guys send me? Like, I don't give a shit about these dumbass virtual avatars. Like, dude, all these women are probably just men behind a virtual avatar, dude. Like, why the hell am I presenting this? I don't know, whatever the fuck. Yeah, right. VTubers are just like, they're just there to like, thirst trap their viewers and do ASMR, right? Anyway, let's just get this shit over with. I want to go back and drink some alcohol. So yeah, really weird overall. Like just like, even if a VTuber won, by the way, other than Peanut, even if like Iron Mouse won, I personally voted for Mori. Even if one of them won, this is still like, honestly, at this point, dude, Cutie, if you're watching this before blocking me on Twitter, because I don't give a fuck, please Never do this. Like, honestly, remove VTubers out of the show. If you're just going to do this, we don't need this. Someone will make a better show someday. Just, we don't need this, dude. Like, some people would argue, oh, there's exposure, whatever. No. This isn't the kind of exposure you want. Like, period. People already find VTubers cringe. I'll get to that later, but like, this is not what you need. So now the opinions started coming in, right? Like, all this stuff was starting to kind of like accumulate, and the opinions started coming in. This person would say, as much as I love Peanut, I think this category should have stricter rules about what qualifies as a VTuber, especially since Peanut himself has said multiple times that he doesn't really consider himself a VTuber and isn't fond of VTubing culture, right? 500 replies, hundreds of thousands of views. I don't know why this blew up so much, dude. Anyway, right. So a bunch of different opinions. Chibi would make it a point to make to make an actual standalone tweet congratulating Peanut, saying, congratulations, Peanut. Please, everyone give him your kind words. He's very funny. I'm happy for him. Thank you for nominating me. As you can see, the replies are locked. They're locked. Okay. That's for a reason. You don't usually lock a post if you love the replies. A lot of things were being said about Peanut and whatnot. Cynical did some research, right? And said, all right, did some research. Here's what I found about Bird Peanut. The I hate VTubers, I'm not a VTuber thing is a bit, but of course, when someone blows up in popularity and starts attracting a wider range of audiences, you're going to get people who unironically agree with this bit. So yeah, listen, I don't think like he hates VTubers in particular. He just might not want to have to do anything with like the VTuber culture, which I understand. For an outsider, the VTubing culture is really weird. Okay, it's very cringe. Cringe isn't necessarily bad. I'll get to that later, but that's just how it is. But he definitely doesn't see himself as a VTuber. I don't think that's a bit. He made his own filters, right? So he made his own filters. A lot of people were saying some dude with a Snapchat filter won against people who pay thousands of dollars for models. That's not true. He makes them himself in Blender, which is definitely impressive. Yeah, for sure. Like the way it like tracks him and everything. It's a funny model. I feel a lot of VTubers understand why that VTubing is a niche within a niche. If you've never heard of the Burnt Peanut before the award show, many others could say the same thing about the other VTuber nominees. So yeah, of course, there was this argument from people saying, yo, we don't know this guy. Why is he here? When I just showed you his stats, right? Like, people know about him. He gained 500,000 followers in one day. This is insane. Like, fuck, man. This might even beat Pirate Software's insane, like, ascent to fame. It's crazy. The Bungulators, which is his community, that actually hate VTubers seem to be the loud minority. So if you see any Bungulators spreading hate, no, there aren't real Bungulators. Okay? So, sorry, I had to burp there. At the end, Cynical said the first impression a lot of people got from Peanut's community is that they hate VTubers, right? So that obviously didn't help. Now, yes, I do agree with some things here, of course. This is in some ways, like, I don't think, listen, I'm not advocating for anyone to harass anyone, but like, if you're going to keep someone, if you're going to have someone hold accountability, if you're going to go after Peanut, you should definitely go after Shroud too and ask him, what's up, man? Like, what's your problem, right? I'm not saying harass. I'm just saying, like, if you want accountability from someone, I think Shroud equally needs to be seen under the lens, just like Peanut, right? But here's the thing. Loud minority, the problem with the loud minority in a community that has 50, listen, here's the thing. Listen, 100,000 viewers when Peanut was streaming the VTuber Awards. You understand that? 100,000. He also streams on Kick and YouTube. When he has 50,000 on Twitch, if you accumulate the other platforms, he has 100,000. He's ranked third on Twitch as one of the biggest streamers on the platform. He has hundreds of thousands of people that are literally there to do his bidding. That's why I'm saying this is very euphoric. It comes with a lot of negatives, especially when you're not used to it, but it is euphoric, okay? So loud minority in such a massive community is not so much a minority anymore, okay? If I have 1 million people watching the stream right now, and 10% of them decide to go harass people for no reason, that's 100,000 people, okay? So what is a loud minority? Is it 5%? Because out of 100,000 people watching him, that's 5,000 people. That's enough to cause a lot of damage, all right? Imagine getting 5,000 death threats. That's not fun, right? So skip a few tabs here. And speaking of this harassment, Kitsu, who made the initial tweet we saw where she said, yo, this guy's not a real VTuber, right? This one right here. This is probably like the most liked, most viewed tweet by a VTuber on this whole thing anyway. Some of these loud minority fans have gone to her TikTok and just have spammed every TikTok of hers. Some of them even like going back to March. Okay, think about this. It's been 9 months. Some people are scrolling that far down to leave some comments. So yeah, a loud minority in such a big community, that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. So things were getting heated. Emotions were at an all-time high. Things were going crazy. This had blown beyond anyone's expectations. Iron Mouse comes in with a tweet saying, "Me cringing at all the people mad that Peanut won. Every VTuber in that category deserved to be there." Of course, the Burnt Peanut would say, "Thank you, Iron Mouse, and congratulations on your spectacular performance at last night's show." However, let's look at the most liked comments here. Look at this. "I like you, Mousy, but I'm not going to support someone whose whole gimmick is mocking VTubers and has a community that hates them becoming VTuber of the Year after having the votes gassed up by people like Shroud as a way to make more fun of VTubers." This is the first time. It'll get worse, by the way. This is still softcore as to what Iron Mouse went through this. This is the first time I have seen Iron Mouse get controversy from her own community, which is VTubers. This is the first time. For the longest time, she's been untouchable. This is the first time. Over some dumb fucking award given to a peanut. Just think about this, right? A lot of people are against her here. A lot of people, right? So, look at this reply, for example. "Mouse, please stop it. You're defending this community. You know they were shitting on you and mocking you, right? Doesn't claim to be a VTuber, not part of the community." Linking a lot of comments made on his stream, okay? On Peanut's stream on Twitch, talking about the Sapphire Award. This wasn't even about the VTuber Award, mind you, okay? What is a Sapphire Award? God, is there a better way to say it? It's like the DEI Award, bro. Like, seriously. Like, it's like the participation trophy, okay? Like, oh, you didn't qualify for anything else. Here you go. All right, whatever. I'm not going to shit on it. Whatever, right? Recognizing the best female or marginalized gender streamer of 2025. This award goes to a streamer who shines against the odds in a male-dominated industry and has excelled in entertaining at the highest level this past year. It's like, hey, you didn't qualify for anything else. Here, like, whatever. Just fuck off and leave, okay? So, as you can see, marginalized gender streamer. Okay, so the whole idea here is that you're not male, okay? Non-binary, women, whatever. For the most part, I don't know like what Vanilla Mace identifies as, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure these are all just women, right? Look at what Peanut's chat was saying. I'm not going to say this is his whole chat, but look at what was said, and these people were not timed out or banned. Not one of these girls have less than 50 different penis in them a year. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus, women. What the fuck is this award? What the fuck DEI is this? Sapphire Award is a participation trophy. Okay, I agree with this. It's not really that bad. Gross. Ew. She looks like she smells like American Spirit Gold. What is that? The fuck is that, bro? This is some boomer ass reference, bro. As an American, I can attest the loud minority fucking things up for everyone else unequivocally sucks. Yes. Yes, bro. Yes. When we say loud minority in America, I'm not saying we as in I'm American, but like loud minority in America is literally just the CIA. The fucking CIA, bro. You guys fucked up so many countries and you still do, bro. You still 360 million people and just like how many employees are in the CIA? Like 10,000 or less? You guys are fucking up the entire planet. Congratulations. That's the real loud minority right there. But anyway, what the fuck is American Spirit Gold, bro? It's a type of cigarette. Oh my God. This dude's called Nicky Balls. You bet your ass he's 47. Okay? You bet your ass he's 47. So yeah, of course, the replies to this are, man, you guys are so soft. Yeah, shut the fuck up, idiot. So, again, guys, loud minority. Hey, it's just 5 people. Just don't worry, man. Like, it's normal. When you see an award, look, yes, I agree. It's a participation trophy, whatever. But like, to just say, ew, gross, not one of these girls have less than 50 different penises in them in a year. Come on, man. Like chill. Okay. Yes, it's a participation trophy. You don't got to go like, after the women themselves, criticize the award show, right? Like chill. None of them were banned or timed out as far as we can tell. So a lot of people were saying things like about like, oh, we hate everything about your community and you should change everything about it. Right. So a lot of people right now are like this loud minority from Peanuts and other places like Shroud's community, whatever you want to call them, were coming in and being like, oh, they're just mad that the avatar wasn't an underage girl like they're used to, or you need to change the way you do things. We're not going to change the way we do things. Right. This brings up the discussion of gatekeeping. It's going to come later. But This was the vibe people were getting. Dude, I'm telling you, things were getting heated so quickly in just 2 days. In just 2 days. As a trans girl, I would not want to be nominated under the Sapphire Award. Acknowledge what good I did, not my gender. True. Bro, if I get an award for where I'm from, for like, you know, for something, it's something you can't control, man. It's something you can't control. So I don't see, like, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know if the people who were actually nominated for the Sapphire Award are happy about it. I don't know, the person who was Sino won it. I don't know if she's happy about it. But overall, it's like, yeah, just take something and fuck off. That's how I see it, right? It's like, come on, yeah. You want an award? Here you go. Now shut up and leave. So look at this. Got 35,000 views, 3,000 likes. Quote tweeting Iron Mouse Street saying, "I genuinely do not understand the whole being the bigger person. Let's hold hands and sing songs by the fireplace. Act towards people who insult you and your community." So this was what was going on here, man. Like, this was pretty much, oh, he won. He doesn't identify as a VTuber. His community is part of like a group of people who thinks VTubers are cringe and call everyone who's behind a VTuber avatar like a 40-year-old man with a voice changer. And you're out here siding with him and throwing your viewers under the bus. That's how some people were seeing, like, some people. That's how a good chunk of the VTuber community was seeing what Iron Mouse was doing. And this tweet right here was very well worded, I think. It's very interesting. Very, like, I think Momo definitely expresses her perspective very well, saying, "I'm probably going to get heat on this, but I prefer speaking my mind and not just repeating whatever others say. I don't care if Peanut is a VTuber or not. It probably depends a lot on whether he wants to be considered one or not. A lot of non-VTuber fans use this award to mock VTubers and call you all PDF files, right? And 40-year-old weirdos impersonating little girls. And somehow, some of the influential VTubers of the community are like, ew, why are you upset? He is a VTuber. You simplify what's going on and treat your peers and colleagues as if we would be jealous when we honestly couldn't have cared at all who won, as long as our jobs and hobbies would have been respected. Like, I understand having to look good to the general public, but at least don't shit on your own fans and peers. Good night." Yeah. So look, this was, I think, very well worded, right? And I'm going to talk about this a bit more later. But the thing with Iron Mouse is, I understand what she's trying to do. Her tweet could have been worded way better. Okay? Like, there are people who are mad. There are some crazy people. We'll see some crazy people later in the VTubing community who are mad and taking it way too far. But to completely disregard anyone who is mad about this, it's kind of, you know, it's I don't know if that's what she intended to do here, but that's what people are mad about. That's what people are mad about. Flugel, thank you. And going over the whole idea that, you know, Iron Mouse is willing to throw everyone under the bus and stuff, right? Like, what made some people also like go with this narrative as well is this clip, okay? Like, if you guys don't know, Iron Mouse performed with another YouTuber by the name of Marco Meatball. They did like this thing. It was sponsored by Warframe. They sang together. Jinxie is someone who, you know, was nominated. He's a very big streamer, gets like, you know, tens of thousands of views on his Twitch. At some point, his peak was getting 100,000 views on Twitch every single day for like 2 months. Look at this. Bro crashed his stream. Bro crashed his stream because he couldn't bother listening to it for like a few minutes. Bro crashed his entire stream. Now listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this is fucking hilarious. Okay, I think this is so funny. Just all of a sudden seeing him like blink and decide, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I died laughing at this, but at the same time, I can't deny that it's very disrespectful. All right, like, come on, man. It's like what? It's like a 4-minute performance. I don't know how long it was, but like, come on, you know, like, come on, man. What you could do is you could like be like, all right, guys, listen, just, you know, you could make some dumb excuse like, I don't want to get copyrighted, and just mute it and like talk to your chat for a few minutes and then come back, right? Anyway, what was Iron Mouse's reaction to this disrespectful behavior? Listen, I find this funny because I didn't work hard on the song. But if I actually took the time out of my day to write a song, sing it, collab with someone, secure a sponsorship, and really try to put on this cool 3D show, and someone does this, I'm going to feel insulted, man. Like, come on, bro. You couldn't handle watching me for a few... Is it really that bad? What did Iron Mouse say? Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji. So, so yeah, look, this was by some people seen as her being a good sport. By others, but maybe normally everyone would have seen this as her being a good sport. But because of the other things happening at the moment, with people feeling like she was throwing them under the bus, this felt like a continuation of that. Okay? Like, look at the top reply here. They're laughing at you, not with you. Embarrassing. Have some self-respect. You shouldn't allow people to walk on you or you'll find yourself being a doormat. Insane levels of coping. Iron Mouse, you're literally being fucking shat on and you're just taking it. Defend yourself. Yeah. So as you can see, like, again, I think this normally would have been fine as her being a good sport, right? But because of her tweet and because of the dynamics already going on about Peanut and him winning and whatever, this struck a chord with people even further. The ones that were already like, yo, Iron Mouse, you shouldn't, like, be so open about this win. We were insulted. Our genre's being insulted. This definitely kind of stoked the fires a bit more. And yeah, more people were like going against the idea that Peanut was cool or whatever, or things like that. Like this is worth mentioning because it almost has 10,000 likes. I find it funny that people are still so confident about the Peanut guy being awesome, but everyone is just constantly lying to make him look better. Mouse voted for him. She showed it on stream and she voted for Maury. Yeah, some people were saying that Mouse voted for him. No, she voted for Maury. Not being a VTuber is just a bit. He said that with a straight face during an interview. What bit? He went on at length about how he doesn't like VTubers. The award show nomination was a joke, orchestrated by Shroud, who openly hates anything that isn't facecam, FPS, slop streaming. His fans are actually really chill. Sit in his chat for 5 minutes and you're guaranteed to learn a new slur or two. I just don't get it. Why lie so much? Why is everyone jumping off a cliff to defend this dude from baby's first criticism? Right, like the answer to this is it's something I'm going to talk about in the second section of this, but it's just how Twitch works, right? Like, I'm going to go deeper into this, but like the idea is today on YouTube, you can make it by yourself, okay? I'm very proud and happy that we're proof of that. Me and you guys, we're a community. We made it by ourselves. Never had to suck anyone's peanuts. Never had to lick anyone's ass hairs. Never had to go, like, never had to associate with someone who's problematic just because I want their views. Never had to do that. We were there from the beginning, together, from zero, period. I did do some collabs here and there, but they were never for views. And honestly, they didn't really bring me anything, even if I wanted them to. So that's the thing. On YouTube, it's still possible. On Twitch, impossible. I'm telling you right now. Listen, you want to be a streamer? I'm here to tell you the fucking hard truth. You will never make it. Go buy a lottery ticket. It's the same odds. To really grow as a streamer, you have to go and you have to go like on someone's fucking sausage, bro. You understand? You have to do that. You have to become a bot. You have to become a yes man. We're going to see more of this in the second section because it's just a bunch of yes men making clowns out of themselves. But that's how Twitch works. Okay? Peanut is the next big thing. He's like Pirate Software when he blew up. He's like Aiden Ross when he blew up. He's like Kaisenat when he blew up. He's the next big thing. This happens like once every year at least, okay? He's the next big thing. Everyone just wants to like get a piece of him right now. Everyone. I'm sure you've noticed. If you watch him, if you look at his channel, every top fucking FPS streamer is just after his goddamn balls, bro. So yeah. Twitch is not that bad. There'd be only 12 streamers if it was lotto odds. Dude, just think about it, right? Just think about it. How, like, so many people, just look at the top 100 streamers, right? Just look at that. They have the majority of, like, dude, if you have 100 viewers, you're top 0.1% of Twitch. You do understand that, right? 100 viewers. That's not enough to buy a PS5 in a month of streaming. You understand that, right? Top 0.1%. You understand that. Out of all the users, 0.1% is meant to represent a crazy ass number. 100 viewers. It's impressive, but I mean, look at how much these guys are getting. And when you get 1,000, yeah, bro, 0.05%. When you get as much as Burnt Peanut, I mean, it's top 3, right? It doesn't really count. But there's like just like how in society there's like a disconnect with income right now, right? Like you have people who are out here approving $1 trillion in packages, like as you know, right? And then you have people who can't afford to eat. It's the same thing on Twitch. Same exact thing. It's a crazy, like if we showed a chart, it would show like a crazy fall off from the top to the bottom. Crazy. 90% or more of viewers are there watching like the top 1,000, period. Discoverability doesn't exist. An algorithm doesn't exist. There is no way for you to get discovered unless you use other platforms. Okay? Queso would have been never discovered. He would have had 200 viewers his whole life if he never used TikTok. That's the harsh reality. Okay? Twitch is just like that. So you either get on your ass, stream consistently for hours, edit shorts, upload them on TikTok, on YouTube, make highlights, make all that shit. You will never make it. And that's asking for a lot for most people. So what's the next easy best thing? You know, suck on a cucumber. You know what I mean? Like just go after someone who already has a lot of views. Show them all the praise you want. Oh my God, you're the best. Oh my God. Anything they say, yes, yes, king, yes, queen, yes, king, yes, queen. And that's how you make it. Just hover over them. Their viewers will start watching you. Easy. And then you can just mooch off of them for the rest of your life. So Iron Mouse was getting a lot of heat for this. A lot of heat for being being as friendly as she was, for some people were saying she was a doormat, whatever the fuck. Like everything we just saw, she was getting a lot of heat for this. So she felt the need to specify again on her stream. I have people trying to convince me Burnt Peanut is bad. He said he hates VTubers. And all I can see are clips of him doing bits. Is the hatred in the room with us? So again, taking on the same exact tone that she took on in her first tweet, where she was like, yo, this hate is cringe, right? Me cringing and all the people mad that Peanut won, okay? Taking on the same exact tone. You're wrong. There's something wrong with you. You're weird, okay? Is the hatred in the room with us? Because you seem like a schizo, right? She didn't say that, but I mean, that's what's being implied here. Top reply, blocked me, I don't care. His fans are insufferable, like it's so toxic, so I could disagree with Iron Mouse. The hatred is definitely in the room. Call her Iron Mat, the way she lets everyone walk on her. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. It's not in the room, but it sure is in his. Oh, okay. All right. Well, oops. We can still open it here. Yeah, this is them taking the piss out of Sapphire Award even more. Women can make a living barely trying what they talking about. Just bit a t-shirt 2 sizes too small. Instant fans. Glorp. Ho Award. The biggest whore award. Someone has a gag reflex. What the fuck? Gross. Ew. Cringe. What the fuck is that? And this is a screenshot we already saw, right? So listen, dude, I agree Sapphire Award is a participation trophy, but like, if my mods saw a message like this in my chat, they know to time them out. You know what I mean? They know to, like, come on, you got to chill. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, this wasn't looking good. This got deleted. No worries, I have a backup. But anyway, this got so bad that now people in the VTubing community, some people, let's say, were trying to take it to the next level and cancel Peanut, right? Because that's going to solve something. And someone would post, replying to this post actually, like quote tweet, they would quote tweet this post of Iron Mouse saying this, and they would show a clip of the Burnt Peanut saying the F slur back in January 2025, okay? And the caption was, question mark. Now, to be fair, I'm not going to show it, but to be fair, right, it was definitely a slip up. I mean, it's still not okay, but it was a slip up. He was like, oh my God, what if, fuck, man. Yeah, so it definitely wasn't intentional, but he still said it. People were trying to cancel him. However, this post had 25K views before being deleted, but guys, we're not in 2020 anymore, right? This doesn't work anymore, like, someone could just straight up say that shit. Like, if you didn't get banned on Twitch for saying that, I assure you, fully confidently, that at least like 20 or 30%, maybe even more, of the top 1,000 streamers on Twitch would start saying it on the daily. One fun fact, actually, before 2016, you could say it on Twitch, and people said it all the time. Any streamer you could think of, man. Like, hell, I used to watch Tyler One at the time. He used to say it all the fucking time. His girlfriend used to say it too. 2016, a new TOS came out after Amazon acquired them. And that to many was like the apocalypse. They were joking it was the apocalypse. You couldn't say that shit anymore, right? If they, for whatever reason, make you able to say it again, people are going to say it even more than prior to 2016. All right, this is not 2020 anymore. Proof is here. Someone else posted that same clip and said, I was unfamiliar with your game, Mr. Peanut Man, you know, pretty much complimenting him. And this got almost 2 million views, 26,000 likes, and 400 replies, and the majority, the top liked ones are all positive. Okay? All positives. Like even this person going like, oh man, I wish Twitch weren't cucks and would just let you say it. Let you say slurs in general. We need free speech. Nobody's mad at you, Peanut. You know, all that stuff. I love the burnt Peanut even more now. So that was like fucking attempt down the toilet, bro. Like you're not gonna cancel him. Even if this was 2020, he could just keep streaming. Like you've seen his audience, you've seen his chat. It's just not gonna work. I don't know, like anyway. As you can tell, things were getting very heated. If you really went to the point where, okay, you've exhausted all your options and now you're trying to cancel someone, it means like, yeah, you really, like, you crossed the line. You're really reaching the end here. Like, okay, you're pretty much declaring war. And oh my God, bro. Oh my God. And then, you know, we really lost our minds here when this fucking post came out. This really right here, God, man, like, oh my God. This dumbass saying, I'll dare to say it. If Iron Mouse wasn't seriously ill, she'd be an average flesh streamer. First off, I hate that fucking term. And hate VTubers. This means like she would be a facecam streamer, right? The only reason she is one is because that's what her life circumstances forced her to be. How else should I interpret her choosing to spit on the medium of VTubing whenever possible? Of course, he got ratio to oblivion by Connor, saying this is such a deranged way to view the world. Log off, it's a fucking VTuber award. He'd reply with, you get to dictate my opinions when you cut ties with a commie who tortures dogs. And even Asmongold would, you know, feel the need to say something. Shit-talking, retard, inventing fan fiction to justify hating someone who took an award from his favorite waifu. Get some help. So this was, I think most people, this still got like 5K likes. Most people can agree this was like probably the most deranged take so far. And the thing is, I think from Iron Mouse's perspective, we're going to get to her perspective and what she's thinking, right? We will kind of like dive deep into what she's thinking, her perspective, put ourselves in her shoes, which will make sense to a lot of things happening right now, I think. But, you know, this was on the first day. This was legit. Like, this was when the Peanut was announced, December 7th. Like, not even 24 hours had passed. And this dude came up with this crazy ass deranged take, right? So if I was Iron Mouse and I saw this, I think, oh, so this is like, these are the kinds of people hating on Peanut right now. Like, this person gave a bad name to anyone who had actual, real grievances. You know, like that one post we saw of Momo. Like, this was a very well-worded post. This didn't insult anyone. This didn't go after anyone. This didn't send harassment towards anyone. This was just someone expressing their opinion, and it was very well written. Unfortunately, Momo was lumped in with this idiot because they were both seen as people going like against, like, you know, Peanut winning. This hurt this cause more than anything. Like, genuinely. He probably felt so smart writing this, like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Like, probably touching him. It's like, oh my God, dude. Oh my, I can't wait to post this, dude. Like, come on, man. Come on. You got ratio to oblivion. Everyone thinks you're a clown now. Like, any VTubers that were following you have unfollowed you. Like, it's over. Like, what is this? I made a tweet myself about this. YouTube, I wasn't actually jorking it, bro. I was clapping. So I made a tweet about this saying, oh, hell no, bro. Iron Mouse initial subathons alone were unparalleled free advertisement for VTubing that you seem to be conveniently forgetting. Now you're out here making fanfic about her illness because she is losing with grace. This is incredible, right? We're not out here trying to make fanfic about her illness, bro. The reality is, back when Iron Mouse was in Vshoujo, we're talking 2023, 2024, her subathon records kept beating the biggest streamers on the platform. Articles, videos, media, everyone was talking about her. She shed light on VTubing more than anyone else in the last few years, okay? Maybe, you know, like, in terms of contributions to VTubing, of course, we could talk about Zentreya and stuff, but like to the mainstream, Iron Mouse was there. So we can't say like, oh, she's shitting on the medium whenever possible. Whenever possible? The fuck? So look, Iron Mouse was in a tricky situation. And like, let's talk about her perspective, okay? Like, why did she do what she did? Does she actually have zero self-esteem? Does she actually hate VTubing? Like, it's not that serious, right? So let's look into this. Iron Mouse is one of the biggest recipients of hate, I think, in VTubing history for not having done something wrong. Okay, some people deserve the fucking hate they get, but like for not having done something wrong. Number one, look, you know, it can be argued that Zentrea is close or close second. All right. It could be argued, right? But this isn't really something you want to be good at, getting the most hate. But yeah, definitely. I need to mention that Zentrea is close second because she's also received a lot of hate. In 2023, Iron Mouse had won Content Creator of the Year. The amount of harassment, death threats, insults, all sorts of shit that she had received was unfucking paralleled. Okay. When she won this, it was like, man, people were making it out to be like, you know, the end of the world. Okay. And bear in mind, VTubing was behind her. They were backing her up, but VTubing in general is niche, man. Like what, bro? 1 million people at most? I don't know. Like VTubing at the biggest it is in Japan, and Japanese people don't give a fuck about this shit. They're not voting for VTuber awards. If they did, trust me, Hololive would have won and Mori would have won. Trust me. But they don't give a fuck about what Westerners are doing. So if we're talking about Western VTuber fans, yeah, man, like what, 1 million if we're being generous? So to really give you an idea, right? This was like before the whole, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this was before like people uncovered that Dr. Disrespect was messaging a minor on Twitch. He back then, he still had like his platform at the fullest on YouTube. Look at his reaction when she was announced. By the way, he wasn't even nominated, right? He was pissed he wasn't nominated. Okay, look at this reaction. And this, mind you, was the reaction of most people. Watch.
Did send us a message. Take it away.
I am so incredibly honored to have been the recipient of the Content Creator of the Year award. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest heartfelt gratitude to the incredible community that has gathered around my
shell shocked.
Okay, we're getting so close to the big show, but I'm not ready to let go just yet. And no, I'm not a narcissist. I'm just a hoarder of world premieres.
The 1,000-yard stare. Now, look at the comments. There are 4,000 comments on this. Should be a rule that nominees require a face reveal. Who is Iron Mouse? Crying emoji, prayer emoji. Okay, for real, who actually is Iron Mouse? Does this sound familiar? Yeah, it's like the same people asking who's Peanut, whatever the fuck, right? It's the same exact thing. VTubing community right now is doing the same thing. Who's Peanut? Who the hell is this guy? I never heard of him before, right? Dock his face when Iron Mouse starts talking. Discord mods took over the event. What is that thing that won, and why has no one heard of them? Does the dude playing the VTuber actually play games? Since this is the Game Awards show, is serious questions. Yeah. What has gaming become? I genuinely feel like crying. Dude, it's not that serious, you fucking idiot. But yeah. This was it. This was a joke giving her the award, right? So the comments are just endless, right? Endless. 4,000 comments. The majority are like this. Okay. Dr. Diddy fans never heard of Google. Dr. Diddy. So yeah. It didn't stop here though. I mean, this is her saying it herself, right? From False ID's video. Just watch.
Oh man, I saw some pretty nasty comments on Twitter last night. Holy shit. Dude, guys, I've been getting so many death threats to my TikTok. It's insane. So many. Like
I wonder why.
Insane amount. So many messages to my TikTok, people telling me to like kill myself and
whoa. Can you say that on YouTube? Whoa, hey.
Stuff, and I'm just like, I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna do that. So no. I haven't said anything. And I wasn't gonna say anything, but it's like it's like every day multiple messages of either people wishing death on me or telling me to kill myself or.
All right, but okay, all right. Just can you say like on the live me or something? Anyway, yeah, you get the point. You get it, right? Now look, she's putting on a brave face. Credit to her, right? Obviously, it's not easy. It's not easy. Look, I know we're all desensitized on the internet and shit, dude. But like when you wake up in the morning, right? And you just open up your TikTok and you just see like thousands of people, or just thousands of people in your comments saying you should just end it. It's not nice, right? It's not a nice feeling, right? Like people who never heard of you, who don't know you, who probably didn't even bother to watch your content or understand your life story or how you got, like, just telling you to just end it. It's not nice. It does get to you, no matter how strong or how much of like a smile you want to put on your face. it was getting to her. I don't even need to talk to her to know this. Okay. But of course, the cool thing about Iron Mouse is that she has friends. She has a cool support group. She has a wonderful community. They were helping her keep her sanity. But overall, this was unacceptable by pretty much anyone. This was unacceptable, what she was going through. And other content creators were not discouraging their community from doing it. Like, do you think Dr. Disrespect took the time out of his day to be like, yo, guys, by the way, I've seen all the comments. Yesterday, when I finished messaging a minor, I looked at the comments on TikTok, and man, you guys should probably like pipe it down, like stop with the harassment. No, he didn't. He doesn't give a fuck. If anything, right? If anything, look, I'm gonna this might be crazy for me to assume. If anything, that's how he thinks too. Did you see how pissed he was? First off, he didn't get nominated for Gamer of the Year, okay? He thinks way too highly of himself. And second, this person won. He saw it as Iron Mouse winning over him. Think he gives a shit? He wasn't the only one, by the way, okay? Anyone in like the wider normie gamer audience was kind of like thinking the same. No one was going to shed a tear over her getting death threats. No one. Okay? So, here's Iron Mouse's logic. When the burnt peanut was getting comments like, I've never heard of this guy. When the burnt peanut was getting shit for winning an award, right? Iron Mouse felt that this was exactly what had happened to her. She saw herself in him. But to her surprise, to her shock, this was coming from her own community. Okay? Now, is it exactly one-to-one? I wouldn't say so. I don't think Iron Mouse had a clip where she was like, I don't identify as a gamer. I don't think Iron Mouse had a clip in which Connor was encouraging her. Yes, yes, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. Go to the gamer. Go to the, get nominated and steal it. I want to see the tears of these losers. Yes, yes, I want to see Dr. Disrespect cry. Yes. No, there was no clip like that. Is it one-to-one? No. It's not. Because she wasn't like that. She was actually someone who played games. She identified as a gamer. She wasn't someone who was like, I'm not a gamer. With one of her friends encouraging her, yes, yes, make them cry. No. None of that. Platonically jorking it. Yeah, there was none of that. Okay. So the situations were definitely very different here. Right? But Iron Mouse isn't going to dive deep into this shit, dude. She's seeing harassment. She doesn't want to be a part of it. That's it. That's it. She just doesn't want to be a part of this, man. She's allergic to it. So, let me see here. Yeah, so overall, she's allergic to drama, right? Listen, let me just give you the reasons. I noted this down, right? To just give you like the TLDR, right? She feels as though what's going on with Burnt Peanut is a witch hunt, just like what happened with her. That's one. There's 3 reasons. 2, she wants to be friends with everyone and is allergic to drama. All right, that's the reality of Iron Mouse. She wants to be friends with everyone. She has collabed with literally people you've never even heard of in your fucking life. She wants to be friends with everyone. That is genuine, okay? And she is allergic. She hates drama. She waited until the last second with Vishojo to make a video. That's how allergic she is, okay? She waited for months, not more than a year, not getting paid by Vishojo. And it's only when she had lost $100,000 that were meant to go for charity that she ended up making a video. Like, things were dire, like this is she only will kind of participate or ignite drama when it's like a life or death situation. And third, this is going to be important for later. We'll get to that. And third, she wants to reach the most people possible. She is the complete opposite of a gatekeeper. We will talk about gatekeeping in a little bit. She is the complete opposite of a gatekeeper. Okay? Complete opposite. The tabs address me. Bro, yes, I have a lot of tabs. Yes. 64 gigs of RAM, baby. Let's go. So, if it was 500K, yeah, 500K. Oh, true. It was 500K. Yeah, I thought she raised 500K. Yeah. Numbers. Google Dockies. She lost $500,000. And that's what made her do a video. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. That's just how, So that was the situation right here. It's not hard to like read. I would hope so, but apparently it is. So a lot of people are seeing this as her being a doormat, whatever. Look, she could have worded this differently. Okay? Because look, I'm not here to just say what's wrong. I'm here to give solutions, right? This is something I like to do. I enjoy that, dude. You know what I'm saying, bro? I actually like that, dude. I like working in like some public. I like when there's a crisis. Okay, this has happened before. I've talked with some content creators who are going through some shit, And I like it. It's like a puzzle. How can you actually recover this shit? How? Because you're not a bad person. I know who you are. But people think that you're a demon, the devil himself, incarnate. How can you recover this? How can you calm down the mob? So in this case, what would my advice to Iron Mouse be? Word it differently. Word it differently. Okay. Imagine if this tweet was, guys, I understand the frustration. Okay. I get it. You're mad. And it's like, I get it. I understand. But harassment is not the answer. Okay. Please be nice to Peanut. This is just an award. We'll get him next year. How much better would that have been? Seriously. How much better? That's what frustrates me the most about drama, bro. That's legit what doesn't let me sleep at night. How easy is it if you can like just put the English language to use? How easy is it to not ignite fires? I'm not saying like this is Iron Mouse's fault in particular. Again, intentions do matter. She didn't intend to do this, but like that's the thing. That's why examining different perspectives is very important. Like just a differently worded tweet, all this would not be happening right now. Dude, I'm telling you, this shocked me. This is the first fucking time I've ever seen Iron Mouse receive hate from the VTubing community. Everyone knows for years she's been untouchable, okay? And now look at this. So just look at this guy. Look at this. You have people like this popping up. Not me. Here. So look, I said all nuance is lost. No one's taking a step back to examine different perspectives. People are eating each other alive, right? That's why I'm making the stream. Look at this reply. Here's my take. Fuck Iron Mouse. That'll be all. Okay? I say, this is exactly the kind of shit I'm talking about, man. Pipe down and try to see more perspectives than your own. Look at what this guy says. Thing is, I never liked her from the start. Boom. That's it. It's no secret. Once you get popular, you're going to get haters no matter what. There are people in the VTubing community that always hated Iron Mouse. They knew, though. I mean, you could find them comfortably expressing themselves on 4chan if you really wanted to look through that cesspool. But like, they knew Iron Mouse was the precious golden child of VTubing. You go up against her, it's over. Now, these people feel comfortable enough to sneak out of the woodwork, to publicly announce, I hate her. You ask why? They say it's justified. Finally, after years, it is justified. She is throwing VTubing under the bus. Is that really her intention? 99% sure that it's not, but that's it. This is the first time I've seen this. It has shocked the fuck out of me, man. Like, I never thought I'd see the day where Iron Mouse gets hate from the VTubing community. Okay? Harassment from others? Sure. Her own community? Wow, that's crazy. So, but that's not to all like pin the problem here on Iron Mouse. Okay? Everyone's at fault here. Okay? Everyone's at fault. Why did they hate her? I'm out of the loop. Bro, you could literally be a fucking scientist that cures cancer, AIDS, chlamydia, whatever you want. You will have haters, bro. Because then, if you do that, you'll be on everyone's TikToks, everyone's social media, everyone's news. Your face will be everywhere. This guy cured it. This guy cured it. This guy cured it. People will get so tired of seeing your face, they'll just hate you for the sake of seeing you so many times. You understand that, right? So, a lot of times people will ask themselves, why is this person hated? That's a dumb question. They say there's no such thing as dumb questions. That's a dumb question. It's inevitable. If Queso can have haters, anyone can have haters. And he definitely does because he's so popular. So what you should be asking instead is taking a step back and thinking, do these people matter? Like, are they part of my broader community? No. Should you care? No. Let's move on. Boom. Done. Done. You can't make everyone like you. Okay, this is like high school, but on a larger scale. You can't make everyone like you. Some people will literally dislike you because of your skin color, bro. What the fuck are you gonna do then? Some dude doesn't like you because of your accent. What are you gonna do then? You're gonna change your accent and lick their ass with all the hair? No. So it's the same thing here. Some people could literally hate Iron Mouse because of her voice. That's it. Some go as far as hating her just because she's a VTuber. Yeah, okay, if that's enough, then anything's enough. Anyway. What I was going to say is everyone's at fault here. Iron Mouse is at fault because she could have worded this better. But also Peanut's at fault. Okay? But not in the way that you think. Look, again, if we're going to sit here and say who's at fault more, Shroud or Peanut, I would say Peanut. I mean, sorry, Shroud, when it comes to like him getting nominated and winning the VTuber award. Okay? Shroud was the one who encouraged him, and Peanut couldn't really be like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Shroud is bigger than him. There's a power dynamic. All right? So Shroud is definitely more to blame here. However, that doesn't mean that Peanut is fully innocent. Peanut in general, where's the tab? Where's the tab right here? Where's his little profile? Whatever you, right here. Peanut, what he could have done, okay? What he should do, actually, what he should do is get on his stream and say, listen, guys, it was fun. Thank you so much for helping me win the VTuber award. It was a fun little joke. Massive respect to anyone who got nominated. Please don't send any hate their way. They're all talented, okay? And they all also deserve to win as well. All right? I do realize that the VTubing community is not happy with this. I understand why. I want to tell them it's just a joke. We had our fun. But overall, no offense. I'd love to be like, and even like, I'd love to be, a part of the community or whatever the fuck, right? Something like that. Dude, something like this would get fucking clipped. Posted on Reddit, on Livestream Fail, on Twitter, as a short, on TikTok. It would go out everywhere. It would be everywhere. And whenever someone would have something bad to say about Peanut, you just link them that clip and shut them the fuck up. Period. Checkmate. Done. I don't know why he didn't do that. Actually, I do. I fucking do. I do, dude. Okay, remember how I said that blowing up like this has its negatives? Yeah, so here's the thing. This happened with Pirate Software. This happens all the time. There's always someone like this. Usually happens once per year. When you blow up like this, the euphoria is not even tangible. Bro, you guys don't even understand what this fucking feels like, okay? Like, I remember getting 40,000 subs in 1 month back in 2020, at the end of 2023. I was like hard as a rock, dude, okay? Okay, not literally, but like you're like, fuck, I'm on top of the world. This is nothing compared to 40,000. My 40,000 subs back then was nothing compared to this. This is like someone literally going from 10,000 to 40,000. This is someone, I mean, look at how many views he has now, 50,000, quintupling his audience. His chat moves very fast. All of a sudden, he has all the top streamers. Platonically, yes, I was platonically hard as a rock. He has all the top streamers. Because like, look, he streamed for a little bit, had 7 viewers in 2022, stopped. I don't know, went back to real life. 2 years later, comes back. Now, all the top streamers that he no doubt watched are begging him for a collab. They are literally and figuratively sucking on his burnt peanuts. You understand? 500,000 followers in a month. Are you fucking jorking my peanuts right now, dude? What? Like, what? So, what is the main negative here? The main negative is that easy come, easy go. All right? Easy come, easy go. What's going to happen? Right now, he still hasn't processed this. All right? Like, this is how the human mind works. When you win the Powerball lottery, when you win $200 million, or like $500 million, a study was conducted, I read a long time ago. It takes you 2 years to get used to it. Around 26 months or something, right? You know how like if you want a giveaway, you'll be happy about it for like maybe 24, 48 hours, then you're back to normal life. Like, yeah, whatever, it happened. Yeah. A lottery will take you 2 years of that. You still can't believe it for 2 years. Right now, he's going through this euphoria. He still can't believe it. It's only been like a month. Okay? So, and at the same time, too, he doesn't want to piss off his audience. He wants to keep growing. He is too scared or fucking, I don't know, unaware or just too unserious, kind of like Miskiff, to put his foot down and draw the line. He's too scared. And even if he wasn't scared, he could also not give a shit. You know why? Because he feels like he's at the top of the world. It's normal to feel that way when you're gaining so many followers and getting so many viewers. You feel like nothing can stop you. So hey, so what if your community is being a bitch? I don't want to piss them off. Let them run wild. I'm getting more viewers, right? Hindsight here is 2020 because this isn't going to last. All right, this is not going to last. Like this is just like basic, like just common sense. This is not going to last. When you blow up so quickly, people don't stick around for that long. Okay, so he will go back and like stabilize, you know, from 50K, maybe like 20K, and then the next 6 months or something, and the next year, he will. He'll stabilize. That's still a lot of viewers, but he'll stabilize. Only then will he maybe look back on this and think, yeah, you know what? I should have done that. Yeah, I was a bit too irresponsible. You know, yeah. And And you know how the internet works. If he ever gets canceled a year or two from now, like actually, how do you get canceled these days? Not by saying a slur, but like messaging a minor, right? Let's say he gets canceled. People will bring this back up. Yo, you guys remember when Burnt Peanut like blew up so quickly and didn't keep his community accountable and let them talk so much shit about the female gender when it came to the Sapphire Award? You'll see some fucking Reddit autist link you 6 different clips of that, and it'll only like ignite the fire more. That's just how, like, I've seen it so many times, man. Like, I could literally just call the chain of events. So what Peanut needs to do right now is get off his ass and snap out of it and just end this right now and just say that. Say, hey guys, let's not do this anymore. Let me put my foot down. Okay. I love the fact that I'm going. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching my stream. But we have to do things right. Because if they don't, this right here is the most important foundational element of his career. If he doesn't set the record straight now, he never will be able to. Then he will alienate his own community. He needs to do it now. If he does that, this whole drama will die down. He does this. He has the power to end this with just that clip, by the way. Like, Iron Mouse doesn't even need to come back and correct her. She can just say something quickly on her stream. Like, yeah, you know what? I didn't really word it that well. Whatever. Let's move on. This is what's going to really kill this in its tracks. Otherwise, it's just going to keep going on, being stretched. Oh my God. Iron Mouse is a doormat. Burnt Peanut is you know, hates VTubers. His community's sexist. Well, this is just going to get stretched for way too long. All right. It's that simple. I don't know why they're not doing it. Maybe they're not surrounded by good people. Sorry, maybe he's not surrounded by good people, but whatever, right? Like, I imagine the Burnt Peanut going to Shroud for advice, saying, hey man, I'm getting a lot of shit right now, and I'm seeing like others like Iron Mouse get a lot of shit for this too. What do you think I should do? Fuck him, dude. I think that's what someone like Shroud would say, because he's the one who told him, yo guys, vote for him in VTuber. Look at how, I want to see how pissed the VTuber community is going to be, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Overall, Burnt Peanut, if this reaches you, whatever, somehow, I don't know. Just fucking say that, dude. Just say that you don't condone this behavior. That clip will save you so much bullshit. All right? God, bro. I feel like I'm managing a kindergarten. You know who did a really good job? You know who the Burnt Peanut should take as an inspiration? Kai Cenat. Listen, in 2024, Iron Mouse was getting a lot of shit for breaking the subathon record that Kai Cenat held. This is someone who is just like Burnt Peanut at the time, had grown massively. Bro went from like 10K views to like 100,000, right? Massively. Okay, his subathons were bringing in millions of dollars per, like, you know, when he does it. He straight up put his foot down, was like, yo guys, stop it. Okay? Stop the harassment. Stop the bullshit. Iron Mouse is cool, right? Look, Kai's not perfect at all. Okay, if anything, I would go as far as saying that even though he contributed a lot of positives to streaming, if we're going to look at the net positive, it's more of a net negative. We're going to get to that later in the second section. Okay, he's been bringing on some very weird people to streaming, but this was really cool. Now, yes, of course, he has his own controversies. Prior to this, he held a party in his house. One of his friends did stuff to a woman while she was sleeping, and he was not cooperating. The dude waited until last second to make a statement, and it was so disingenuous. And this woman ended up being bullied off the internet. She deleted all her accounts, right? This is something a lot of people have forgotten, by the way. This was when? 2023, beginning of 2023. No one will mention this, by the way, okay? No one. And if you mention it to his community or whatever, you will get death threats. You will get all that shit. No one knows about this. Everyone forgot about this. It's like it doesn't exist anymore. This happened. I remember it very well, okay? He has his own skeletons in the closet, all right? However, when it came to Iron Mouse, what he did was stellar. 10 out of 10. Like, amazing. Whoever told him to do this was a genius, because he didn't just do this, he took it to the next level. He collabed with Iron Mouse in his own VTuber model. Right? Like, whoever came up with this idea with him, fucking genius. Fucking genius. And look, that's what, like, I don't think we're going to watch that. That's the thing. And this isn't necessary. That's the thing with Iron Mouse, right? Like, I already told you, like, she wants to make as many friends as possible. This to her is what she lives for, you know? Going to other communities, making friends, and introducing them to VTubing. It's the opposite of gatekeeping. Complete opposite of gatekeeping. And I think this is also what she's hoping to do with the Burnt Peanut. This is why she doesn't want to burn the bridge. Okay? The Burnt Peanut is getting a lot of viewers. All right? That's just how Twitch works, man. You know? Like, these streamers, they can make friends with anyone. with their numbers, they can make friends with fucking anyone. It's not going to be a genuine friendship, but they can do it. Why would they want to hang out with someone who criticizes them, who gives them feedback? Why? They just unfollow them and find someone else to replace them with, right? So Iron Mouse and Twitch in general, it's like that, right? This is why, like, for example, when Hassan shocked his dog, all his friends didn't say anything. They're scared. If they criticize him, he'll find someone else to replace them with. It's that simple. So in Iron Mouse's case, yeah, of course. I mean, what do you want her to do? Like, say Peanuts is a piece of shit, suck on him? Like, no, it's not going to happen. She is definitely, I think, hoping to collab with him one day and kind of like put this under the, put this behind them, just like she did with Kai, and introduce more people to VTubing. Is that going to work though? I don't know. But speaking of gatekeeping, this is where things have been getting like crazy. Okay. This is like where things have been getting ugly, because this really sparked the whole conversation about gatekeeping. Like VTubing, they looked at Burnt Peanut. They're like, is he a VTuber? Is he not? Or do we consider him? Do we accept him? Do we accept this community? So look at this right here. So Code Miko, who started out kind of like a VTuber, but does more IRL content now, said, stop gatekeeping VTubing. VTubing is about expressing yourself digitally and however you please. Congrats to Burnt Peanut for winning the VTuber award. His VTubing is simple yet so expressive, and also he's hilarious. I love seeing new styles come forward in this space, so big W. What are the most liked replies? Next year's winner. Yeah, dude, he really is like the annoying orange. But yeah, they really weren't really siding with her. This is how a fandom dies. No rules, no standards, just let everyone in, blah, blah, blah. Code Miko was getting a lot of shit for this, man. In fact, I mean, when I say it was getting ugly, right? Look at this. Says the VTuber with nothing but IRL Twitch. Oh, can I even say this on YouTube? Yeah, contents. Gatekeep harder. Okay? So it was getting ugly. It was getting ugly. All right. People were eating each other. These are people from the same community, technically speaking, right? And they were out here against each other. Now it really turned into like this thing where the community itself is divided. Like, what is this? the US political sphere? Anyway, so XCC would say, not that his opinion matters at all in this, but he would say, I'm going to speak for him because he's referring to Peanut. I'm going to speak for him because he says that every person that's a VTuber is an elitist weirdo, doesn't want to be associated with deviants. That's why he says he's not when he knows he is. We know you're a massive 400-pound larder. He's speaking to he's speaking about Kitsu, actually. Remember that tweet? Non-VTuber won the best VTuber award. He was calling Kitsu a 400-pound. So, he was going with the whole, the typical mainstream opinion of VTubers. What was very interesting though, right? Asman echoing the same statement. Being a VTuber has been narrowed down to being a waifu and gatekeeping. If he really thought he wasn't one, he would have taken himself off the award show, referring to Peanut. VTubers have a structured world, and when Peanut entered and was different, they complained. He can be classed as a VTuber without anyone having to change to be like him. Now listen. Look, I know a lot of VTubers, in VTubing in general, a lot of people don't just respect Asman, they worship him, right? Like Buddha or some shit. Yeah, no. This is extremely contradictory to everything Asmongold lives for. I was really caught off guard by this. This was very weird. This dude spends most of his time, as a hobby at this point, going after people in gaming, whether it be journalists or developers, that he finds are too woke for the medium or whatever the fuck, right? He goes after them and calls them out. When they get fired, he posts the McDonald's picture, okay, which is pretty funny. And this is an advocate for gatekeeping. Because if he liked gatekeeping, then these people wouldn't be in gaming, period. The reason why we have shit like Concord is because gaming was not gatekept, period. That's what Gamergate was about, right? That was the whole point. I mean, obviously it was about men versus women back then. But hindsight, it was about that. It was about gatekeeping. Why is someone who hates games sleeping with certain people, which is giving her power in a medium she doesn't like? That was the whole point of Gamergate. And it devolved into men versus women because the internet, right? So I don't get this. He's just being a contrarian. He's being, I don't know, just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Of course, no one's going to go up against him because, again, he's worshipped in this community. But one could argue, right, that because of Asman, now you have political VTubers. right? That wasn't gatekept. This was something he brought on with his reactions, with him interacting with them. That's something he brought on, right? Maybe that's why he isn't with gatekeeping, because if he was, then he wouldn't have been able to access VTubing to begin with. Maybe, I don't know. But regardless, this was very contrarian, and it goes against pretty much everything that he stands for, in my opinion. So this came out of nowhere, and I really don't know why. I mean, it's not like he's he wants numbers or collabs. He doesn't collab anyway. So I don't know why. I think, right? I think if we're gonna take his perspective here, if we're gonna put ourselves in his shoes, I think he didn't really see much. He just saw this very deranged tweet, which he replied to, right? Okay. He saw this very deranged tweet and he assumed that everyone was like this. All right. When you have that much of a platform, pretty irresponsible. Not the first time he does something like this, but that's what I can assume here. I'm not going to assume any ill intent or whatever, or him just being a regular contrarian. I'll just assume, yeah, this is, he just looked at this and was like, oh, so these are the kinds of people hating on Peanut. Fuck him. Right? Doesn't really help to make, the case any clearer for anyone. It just serves to divide people even more. I don't know what this is here. Yeah, so this is the guy, Brox. He said, I am Hololive. Overall, really funny. The Hololive girls joined in. It was really, really funny. But overall, like, come on, dude. Come on, man. You had 1 million peak viewers on the award show. You can do better than that. So I think Brandon made a very good point here. I think, if people just focused on this tweet instead of focusing on this deranged idiot right here, we would have had way less issues as well. But you know how the internet works, right? He said, I think the main reason people are upset at this, and I kind of agree, is that this seems to be the result of a vote made largely by people who don't like or care about VTubers as a whole. Nothing against the guy himself, but after years of getting mocked by the mainstream audiences, I can understand feeling insulted. All right. Now, look, this brings me to the final point I want to make here. Guys, I have an admission to make. I've already made it before, and I'll make it again right now with how many viewers we have right now. Guys, in reality, I'm a VTuber tourist, and I don't give a fuck, right? I discovered VTubers end of 2023. This is like my 2-year anniversary of really diving deep and understanding what the fuck a VTuber is. All right. Like me or hate me, buddy. Hey, I know some subreddits fucking can't stand me because in just 2 years, I'm out here friends with the top VTubers they worship, and I'm a fucking tourist. But here's the thing. Before I discovered VTubers, I thought the exact same thing. When I would see a VTuber on my feed, I'd say, oh, nice, another 40-year-old using a voice changer, right? I thought they were cringe. I couldn't stand them, right? So here's the thing, okay? Most people think that way. Most people have this opinion. So just keep in mind, when you're voting on the Streamer Awards, you're encouraged to vote on every single category, even if you have no idea who anyone is. Keep this in mind. It's not like you're voting on just one category. You have to vote on all 37 for the most part. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can skip them, but they don't explicitly tell you that. So get this. Get this. I come across Best VTuber. I see 3 VTubers with pink hair. Oh, 40-year-olds with a voice changer. I see a cartoon character. Oh, whatever. And I see a fucking Peanut. Who am I going to vote for? By default. Who am I going to vote for by fucking default? The Peanut. The fucking Peanut. I don't know VTubers. They're cringe. 3 of these are 40-year-old men with voice changers. I want to piss them off. Peanut. Sure, why not? I don't even know the guy. Sure, why not? That's it. It's not just his community, right? And so this is why I completely agree. If you're going to ask me my opinion, I completely agree with this. Look, the Streamer Awards is a fucking dogshit clown show, all right? The fact that they couldn't see this says a lot about the people organizing it. This guy, the problem is, even though he's technically a VTuber, he doesn't fit the mold that these other 4 portray. And naturally, VTubing is seen as cringe, controversial, whatever the fuck. So they have to think, when they put 5 people in the same category, is there going to be a case in which people will vote for someone by default because they don't care about that category? They didn't think that far, Okay, I think they're lacking some brain power. So that's also part of it. This isn't Iron Mouse's fault. This isn't the Bird Peanut's fault. This is the Streamer Awards' fault. Inherently speaking, this would have happened, I think, regardless of what happened. If Peanut said, guys, don't vote for me, I think he would have still won just because he was nominated. So that's one thing to keep in mind, dude. Now, look, me personally, I've evolved ever since I discovered VTubers. You know what the conclusion I came to was, cringe isn't a bad thing. Because I still think VTubers are cringe, by the way. Cringe isn't a bad thing. It's like, I don't know why people treat it like it's the end of the world. Cringe is seen as something that's like, I don't know, like a crime. But not all of it is bad. In fact, most of it's good. Most of it's good. Bad cringe is like public nuisance streamers. These people need to be in jail. Good cringe is people trying to express themselves and you know, like just being very open and down to earth doing so, right? Because people take themselves too seriously these days. Anytime you want to express yourself like you know, the only people who can express themselves freely without scrutiny from society are kids. If you're an adult, you're not allowed to do that. You're seen as weird. You're seen as cringe. If you do that, yeah, it's cringe. This is why, like, dude, furries, when they first were starting to, like, you know, spread more on the internet, some people were calling for their extinction, bro. Like, some people were straight up, like, unironically saying, yo, dude, you know how, like, there's hunting season for animals? We should put them in concentration camps. Like, they hated furries so much. And then you ask them why. Because, you know, they're mentally ill. Like, dude, they're just, you know, they're just fucking being, you know, silly, bro. Yeah, sure, they should take a shower and they should stop, like, you know, playing with poop in hotel bathrooms and shit. That's another story. But in general, they're just being cringe. That's not a bad thing. Okay? But you can't expect most people to know this. You can't like expect most people to think that way. Most people have the instinctive reflex when they see cringe, they're like, ugh, fuck you, die, right? Instead of being like, oh, you know, that's kind of endearing. When did that happen? Oh man, it was a long time ago, dude. It was like a furry convention. They had rented out an entire hotel next to them, and the furries flooded the toilets and played with shit, and the shit was everywhere. The toilets were flooded. The hotel banned them for life from ever, like, being able to host something and, like, have rooms in there, like, forever. That was years ago, dude. Rainforest 2015. Yeah, holy shit, 10 years ago. Don't remind me of this. See, dude, this is my fucking memory. When people ask me how do you research your videos, bro, the entirety of my Miskif video, half of my Pirate Software video, it was all based on memory. It wasn't even about research. I just was like, oh, right, that thing happened. Let me Google it and find a Reddit thread so I can have something to show on the screen. This is my, dude, I went to school as a kid. I couldn't remember an equation. However, I remembered who the fuck was getting canceled, right? That's my memory, dude. It is what it is. I didn't watch the Streamer Awards. I only heard about how bad it is this year. Yeah, it's terrible. It's probably the worst one so far. Unk was there for it all. Dude, shut the fuck up. I'm not even 30, bro. I'm legit. I'm still at the, you know, peak of my life. But yeah. Bro, the real Wikipedia. Yes, on things that don't matter. So, yeah. Most people, you can't expect them to see cringe that way too. Not even 30, yikes. Oh my God. Anyone over 20 is unk? Okay, all right, buddy. Okay. It's bedtime, by the way. It's you have school tomorrow. Dramapedia brain. Yeah, dude, it's Dramapedia brain rot. It, like, most of my videos are like, some videos are research from scratch, right? But like, oh my God, even a Dr. Disrespect video is all memory. It's all, like, I was able to recall shit that you can't even find on Google without searching for the exact same thing. So yeah. So they'll vote by default for the burnt peanut because they find VTubers cringe, and they see us cringe as like a bad thing. You know, like, instead of actually caring about real societal issues, they'll treat cringe as the same thing as like the worst crime we could commit. That's just how it is. Can't change their minds until they want their minds to be changed. I would also go as far as arguing that Kenji is more similar to Burnt Peanut than he is to Chibidoki, Iron Mouse, and Mori. Why? Yes, he was at some point part of the VTuber community. Yes, he's friends with a lot of them. But for the last couple of years, ever since, his own drama where he was like, betrayed by some people, he's been sticking to himself exclusively. Him and his community. That's it. He doesn't interact with anyone. Hey, just like me, he just sticks to himself. He stays in his own lane. He's not really a part of the wider VTuber community. Just like Peanut, right? The only difference here is that Kenji, when you ask him, "Are you a VTuber?" he's going to say, "Yes." Why the fuck are you asking me a dumbass question, bitch? I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he would say. If you ask Burnt Peanut, he'd say, "Well, what we just watched." Fuck no. I'm a P-tuber. I would never want to be a VTuber. So this is a big L to the Streamer Awards in general, right? The fact that they didn't consider that most people are unaware of VTubers, that they would by default vote for Peanut because they don't care and they don't like VTubers, and at the same time, this is not even us mentioning how they presented the VTubing award in a very cringy and stupid way, and John Hololive. Where's John Hololive? Yeah, John Hololive. Okay. Someone said it perfectly on virtual YouTubers. Thoughts on the Streamer Awards? Streamer Awards treated VTuber like Oscar treated animated medium. Okay? At some point, it's kind of just makes you wonder why they even bother including this category when they clearly don't respect the medium. That's it. Look, me personally, I wanted Mori to win. If any of you watch Gachikuta and you listen to the second opening, you would know why. She sings, she streams, multi-talented, like straight up, right? Like I think she should be in a league of her own, right? Yeah, it sucks. It just sucks that this happened. Because most people won't even bother like looking up who the fuck this is, right? So this was definitely a disservice to the VTubers and the VTuber community. Some people would disagree with me, I'm sure, and that's fine. I'm not here to like act like the people on Twitter. I'm sure the counter argument is, well, VTubing is too big to ignore, and we want more people to be aware of this. We want this to be like here because it deserves to be here. But here's the thing: if it's going to get treated like this and belittled and made to look even worse than it already is, which is pretty damn bad already, why bother, man? That's why what Fillion did with Mythic Talent was perfect. The VTuber Awards. Fuck everyone else. This is it, right? Now, unfortunately, Fillion isn't with Mythic anymore, okay? And, none of the details are public, but I hope they can resurrect that someday. Anyway, the whole point of this was gatekeeping, right? Gatekeeping. And I will say this, I disagree with Asmongold, I disagree with XQC, I disagree with everyone pretty much. As someone who is in VTubing and can still give you an outside perspective because I've only discovered VTubers 2 years ago, if you don't gatekeep this shit, you will lose it. Okay? Gatekeeping isn't about not letting other people join. It's about not letting problematic people join. And this is easy to be like, oh, well, of course. Well, yeah, I agree with you, Mujin. Okay. Can you still agree with me if someone has 50,000 live viewers? The entire room goes silent. All the VTubers start fucking leaking fluids, thinking about how much more money they could make if they collab with the streamer. And all of a sudden the gates open, right? It's like, come on, you have to be consistent. If you're going to gatekeep like problematic people, it doesn't matter how big they are. You need to put your foot down. Period. Otherwise, you will lose this medium, just like gaming was plagued by this whole culture war. And just like how streaming is right now. This is where we get to the second part of this whole controversy. We're at like 150. Yeah, okay. I'll keep that in mind. 150 timestamp. Let me note that down so I can like later when the stream's over do it. This is where we get to the second part. Streaming. Streaming was not gate kept. Streaming was open for everyone. Okay? Hey, come stream. You can stream yourself playing a game. Come here. Now it is a shit show that I don't want any part of. Now it is a shit show that is pathetic. Now it is something that has evolved or devolved into something so much worse. And that is because it wasn't gatekept. Streamer awards are part of the problem, okay? This is where we get to the second part of the stream, okay? So listen, this is where we're going to start off. There's a streamer who's like not even 18 years old, right? Bro has like 17,000 subs. Multiply that by 5. Remove 30%. That's how much money he's making, okay, per month. I'm pretty sure he's like 16, 17, whatever, or maybe recently turned 18. Bro, he's not even allowed to drink, okay? He was brought on correct me if I'm wrong. Is he Kai Cenat's younger brother? Pretty sure he is, right? Or at least related to him. Regardless, he was brought on. He was given a platform by Kai Cenat. This is why, like, we're gonna get to this. Like, this whole point is, like, you know, you're gonna see how, yes, even though he's contributed a lot to streaming, he was still a net negative. He's not as okay. Whatever. He brought him in. They're good friends. Whatever. This dude is extremely problematic. Extremely problematic. Okay? This is the bad kind of cringe. He went into a Walmart, stole flowers, gave them to a woman, and made it out to be a kind gesture when he didn't pay for it. Okay? This is something he did live on Twitch. This isn't Kick. This is Twitch. Watch.
Get a cart. Oh, no. Oh God, we should get this to somebody.
He just walks in, gives it, yeah.
Have a beautiful day.
You too.
I got it for you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
God bless you.
Did you already pay for them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, thank you.
All right, have a good day. God bless
too.
you.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah. Uh-huh. As soon as a platform gets, like, you know, five-figure viewers, dude. Five-figure viewers. One of the biggest streamers on the platform. His chat's eating it up. Lol, 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 laughing emoji, laughing emoji. Yeah.
Just don't touch my truck.
Someone in the chat said, this is just trashy. Yes. It's very trashy. And this is where streaming has become now because people didn't gatekeep hard enough. Yeah, he just stole something and incriminated someone else. Yeah. Listen, dude. Thing is, like, to be able to do that, to look someone in the eye that's saying, oh, thank you, God bless you, while knowing that they will be stopped by security because of you, at this point, your mental's fucking chalked. It's gone. It's gone, man. He probably very easily, I think, like, I don't even have to, like, make this this assumption. I think we can conclude he sees people as NPCs. All right. Not a good thing. So ends up getting banned. His dashboard shows that he's been banned for 2 years. Everyone was happy. No one wasn't happy except his friends and his community. Okay. W, right? Rare Twitch W, right? Well, turns out it was a bug. Visual glitch. They took the time to reply on Twitter to someone talking about it, wanting to clear it up, saying, no, guys, our teams are working to fix this. We care so much about Rokai. We would never ban him for 2 years. We want people to steal on stream. So his ban is probably like, I don't know, a week, a couple weeks, whatever the fuck. You know, we don't know. However, he did this dumb shit as he was a nominee for Best Breakout Streamer who experienced explosive growth in the past year, establishing themselves among the top streamers and is one of the most talked about names in streaming. There he is, 2x Rokai. He did this as a nominee. Now, if Cutie Cinderella, I want to be harsh with my words here, okay? If Cutie Cinderella or the Streamer Awards had any ounce of fucking dignity in their stupid fucking body, they would have immediately taken this nomination out of here. Immediately. Did they though? No. We're going to get to why later, but in a nutshell, Cutie Cinderella is obsessed with this award show being relevant. She wanted everyone to be here, including Kai Cenat. She knew if she withdrew this nomination, Kai Cenat wouldn't show up. Fuck your morals, right? Charge my phone real quick. It's almost out of battery. So yeah, dude. Honestly, it should be handed to someone else. I know she works very hard on it, but unless she's willing to make like some tough fucking decisions and actually like stop being so thirsty and desperate for attention and like, oh my God, like you gotta fucking like, you know, at some point put your foot down. This is like, tell me how this is any different from what Johnny Somali did in Japan. Tell me. Tell me how this is any different from what Vitaly did in the Philippines. It's not. But just because it's in the US and this guy happens to be one of Kai Cenat's closest friends, we give him a pass. You know what this means, guys, right? To Cutie Cinderella, if Johnny Somali had 50,000 viewers, she would be worshiping him. Please come to the Streamer Awards. Please, bro. Please. Guys, multiply yourselves by 10 times. Let's get to 60,000 viewers right now. I can probably murder someone. I'll still be invited. Right? So this is Twitch. This is what happens when you don't gatekeep. This right here is what happens when you don't gatekeep. If you want proof, if you want something like that, if you want a real example, this is what happens if you don't gatekeep VTubing from bad actors like Rokai. So, I just want to mention too, he was still invited. He was still invited. Okay. This was a live stream on Twitch. He's banned from Twitch. He was still invited. The stream still showed him with no issues. Twitch doesn't care. Cutie Cinderella doesn't care. No one else cares because numbers are above anything, right? Leave my queen alone. She had to run the show we were all asking for. Listen, again, I'm not denying her hard work. This is not easy to set up. She's been doing it for years. Okay. But unless she's willing to grow a spine and not encourage this kind of behavior, then she shouldn't be hosting it to begin with, period. Like, is this really the kind of person you want to, like when someone comes into West the Streamer Awards, like, I don't know, you text a friend, you're like, yo, man, check this out. And you're watching it like, oh, wow, this is like the Oscars. They're using the same font. Like, whoa, this is like proper production. And you see this idiot get nominated for Best Breakout Streamer. And he's sitting there in the crowd laughing when he just stole the other day and tricked someone into thinking he did a kind gesture. What kind of idea of streaming do you get? All of a sudden, right? You're like, oh, so this is what, oh, okay, so this is what streaming is, right? And the kids watching him are like, oh, so if I want to be a big streamer now, right, I need to do this too. Now you're going to have a bunch of fucking idiots at Walmart stealing shit. Wonderful, right? That's not it, though. That's not it, though. So, kind of, didn't really organize this as well. Give me a sec. Okay. Yeah, I can mention this later. Okay, let me just put this in the back. Okay. Does this work? Yes. Okay. Cool. So, of course, you know, center stage, Cutie Cinderella making jokes and stuff. Listen, I'm going to be honest here. We're going to talk about the jokes made there because they were very awkward. The jokes themselves weren't necessarily bad. The crowd. Oh my fucking God. I have seen more excited crowds in funerals, where you can see someone's dead corpse in front of you. I've seen more excitement there. Okay. So the jokes might've been a bit cringe, but God, they did not want to be there. Let me show you some examples because this is important for what we're about to talk about. So Cutie Cinderella, of course, you know, had this like roasting session, you know, yeah, she mentioned Hassan's dog and everything. And she asks Rakai, what's the coolest thing that you stole? Right. So instead of going a spine and not inviting him, she's making a joke out of it. Maybe she thought that this was going to make her look good in the eyes of people like, oh, look at her standing up to. No, like just watch, you know.
Question. Yo. What's the coolest thing you've ever stolen? Don't answer it. The test is the test. Rakai.
Yo.
Don't answer it. Don't answer it. Take his mic. Take his knife.
Dude, what's the coolest thing you stole, bro? What was the best scam you did? Well, hey, did that woman you gave the roses to get arrested? yo, man, hey, what was the latest crime you committed? Bro loses his view count, goes from 10K to 500. Yo, man, what he did was fucked up. Yo, man, I'm not inviting you next year. Yes, Astralina. Yeah, we looked at it already. It was a very cringe introduction to Vtubers. Okay, so yeah. Oh, and I also need to mention this. Like, I can't believe this was a joke, bro. Like, hear this for a second, right? Listen, she's making a joke out of this, right? Just hear this for a second and think to yourself, are we causing enough of a controversy about this, or are people just not reacting at all, dude? Look.
Dan Clancy is here.
That's the CEO of Twitch. That's the CEO of Twitch, okay?
Which is really nice because I kind of see Dan as a father figure. And just like my real dad, he spends way too much time online hitting on my friends.
Okay, that's not him. By the way, that's not him, dude. That's not him. The cameraman is bro, poor guy. This poor fucking guy. That's not him. That's not, wait. What's it called? What? You guys know what I'm referring to, right? I don't know, like Key and Peele sweating, yeah. There's also one sketch where he's like being blamed and shit, and like the camera, like the news segment saying, yeah, is it this one? Yes. This is legit. This guy.
Folks, I have a simple philosophy that government should work, whether you are straight or whether you are gay. I
don't know. Oh my God, I'm gonna faint laughing at this, bro. I don't know how he was able to coordinate the eye movement so fucking well. But and it just goes on for 2 minutes. I would watch the whole thing, but I don't want to get copyrighted. But God, bro, this poor guy. But anyway, take it back, a more serious tone, bro. Can we just take a second here, bro? Like, okay, funny joke, haha, roasting session. Are you like, did this just actually happen? Am I in a fever dream? Did you just pretty much say that the CEO of Twitch spends his time messaging attractive female streamers all day and hitting on them? Really? Huh? Okay. I guess we're just gonna move on. This is normal, apparently. Yeah, I mean, people have always like doubted he's a sex pest. I'm not surprised. Everyone knows. Yeah, everyone knows, dude. It'll only come out if he gets fired or leaves. And listen, just don't get it twisted, dude. This is part of the culture. Twitch employee culture. This is it, dude. This is it. Look, again, this is something that many people forget about. My brain rot drama brain knows about. We type on Twitch. I'm on Google. Hassan Bukhari. Twitch fired. Yeah. So this guy, right, was the accounts director of strategic partnerships at Twitch. He was there from the beginning, back when it was still a startup, right? It got acquired by Amazon. He stayed there. This dude essentially knew every top streamer on the platform. People would meme about him, right? Here's the thing. For a long time, there was always this thing on Twitch. This was, prehistoric times, right? Before some of you guys were born. On Twitch back then, right? 2016, 2017, 2018. A huge men versus women movement, right? Implying that female streamers were receiving better treatment by Twitch when it came to bans. A guy says something bad, 2 weeks. A woman nip slips, does something crazy 1 day, 2 days, right? A little vacation, a little weekend. So the meme back then was, it's because Hassan asks for nudes and gives them preferential treatment. At some point, the poor guy, bro, the joke was getting so crazy. It was ruining his reputation. Hassan made a tweet saying, guys, please keep me out of this, okay? Keep me out of your jokes. Because even Amaranth joked about it, right? She got banned for like a day or two. She was like, Hassan, please, I'll send you news. And he's like, please keep me out of your jokes. This has caused me reputational harm. Bro got outed in 2020 as someone who would legitimately actually ask for nudes, not just from big streamers, smaller ones too. And when he would receive them, he would hop on a call in Discord with his friends and show it off. He just flex it. Dude, look, she sent me nudes. So, this is Twitch, right? This is Twitch. This has always been the culture at Twitch. People can deny it as much as they want. This has always been the culture of Twitch. It's just a bunch of nerds who've never had female attention. All of a sudden, they control their means of livelihood, and they just do this shit, right? So I'm really happy to see that nothing has changed. I'm so glad that now, instead of just the director of strategic partnerships, now it's the CEO himself, the creepy ass old man who spends his time acting and role-playing as a streamer, trying to get nudes and favors out of people. Pretty sure the guy's buried. I don't think it matters. The guy's loaded, right? Obviously, when you have a lot of money in society, different standards, right? And of course, no one's going to question it. Listen, if you're willing to invite someone like Rakai to your event, you think you're going to question, you think your morals will actually step in for you and be like, yo, wait, what the CEO's doing is kind of fucked up. Maybe I shouldn't interact with him anymore. Maybe I should call it out. Maybe I should sit. Nope. He owns the platform I stream on. I am on all fours for him. Take me, right? Weird. I'm sure, dude, the Clancy files are real, okay? I'm so sure. We will hear of this in the coming years. Just not now because these streamers don't have a backbone. Here's the thing. So there were also some jokes made by FanFan. FanFan is, she's regular. Oh, I'm on the Hassan Piker subreddit. Oh man. So yeah, she's known for her awkward humor. She's actually funny. She would continue the roasting thing that Cutie started on stage on a more personal level with streamers. Look, she's naturally awkward. That's the whole appeal. But as I said, the crowd was more dead than like a crowd you'd find at the funeral. Let me give you an example here, okay?
Hassan is here. Is that a vibration remote in your pocket, or are you just excited to be here?
I'll put it on you later.
Is that a threat or like a... What was that?
This was actually kind of funny, honestly. But here's the thing: when you roast someone, you don't hand them the microphone. Okay. This was listen, yeah, cringe. But it was definitely interesting. It was definitely like catching her off guard. Interesting moment to watch live, right? I wish the other jokes were like that too. When she got to Kai Cenat and his entourage, that's when the trashiness really started to show. And again, dude, this is why gatekeeping should be a thing, right? Watch for yourself.
Cenat, this year, as everyone knows, you broke the record for the most expensive haircut and the least educational university. So congratulations to you.
All right, so this was his reaction, right? Clearly not really into it and stuff. Look, God, these people are so socially awkward. Listen, when you're a big streamer and someone's roasting you at an award show, by the way, he won the most awards, I'm pretty sure. He won like 4 awards. You take it in stride. You smile, right? Even if it's not funny, even if it's cringe, you smile, dude. You smile. You're like, Later with your friends in private, you could be like, yo, this bitch was unfunny as fuck. You don't do that. Because this right here, listen, when you get big, you have to understand, dude, this isn't just for small streamers. As I said before, to make it on Twitch, you either win the lottery or find someone bigger than you, okay? The people who are his entourage aren't small streamers by any means. This guy gets like over 80K live viewers. His entourage gets 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. They're big too. But they're still his yes men that are circling him. Because without him, they would lose a lot of their community, okay? So this doesn't just go for smaller streamers. Look it up, dude. In streaming's entire history, there's always been cases like this, okay? He goes, they follow. So when his entourage of very interesting people saw how he felt with his face right here.
And also, congrats on your new documentary with 50 Cent. That was you, right?
Oh yeah, and she was pretty much like she also was calling him Diddy, right? Because he looks like Diddy. There's a lot of memes on TikTok and whatnot and Instagram. Let me see. Cenat Diddy. Can we find one? This is a meme, by the way, that is in his community. I just want to point this out. I just want to point this out, right? This is a meme that kind of sprouted from his community. This isn't something that came from fans community, from others. This is something that's, that's how it came to be, right? Now, seeing his reaction and all that, his yes men felt the need to see this as like an attack on their honor, an attack on their king. And Fan, being an inexperienced host, who this is probably her first time doing this, would make the mistake of handing her mic. Look, it was awkward enough as a comedian. When something is awkward, right? Someone said uncanny. He dressed up as Diddy once too. Did he? Okay, well, yeah, see? So when something gets awkward as a comedian, you have to move on immediately. You can't just, like, you guys remember when Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith, right? Could it have been more awkward than that? Dude got slapped on live TV with millions of viewers. Could it have been more awkward? No. But immediately after the slap, he was like, all right, moving on. It's just what you have to do. So this joke, understandably, was awkward. Half this audience are Kai, sausage suckers, right? So she should have moved on and be like, all right, anyway, right, on to the next person. Instead, she hands the microphone to one of his yes men, Tylil. Watch.
Here, as everyone knows, you broke.
That's pretty strong.
This whole table, by the way, this whole table is just like people who are here with Kai. And these guys probably represent like 500,000 combined live viewers. Okay? If you add them all up, okay, maybe 200, 300, whatever. So again, bear in mind, if one of these people wasn't invited, Kai would have not shown up. Okay? Like, bear in mind.
If you all gonna be on the mic, now turn this mic, now turn this shit on. Turn this shit on. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny.
I thought it was.
Have a good night.
Here.
Oh my God, bro. See, so here she was stressing, right? She was stressing. She's like, oh my God, what, do you want to do a joke? Let me hand the mic. I can't handle this right now. Terrible idea.
No.
Okay. I only said that because he got his hair cut.
So, yeah. This is, I know this is cringe, bro. I know. Trust me, dude. Trust me. This hurts. This is, I mean, you guys are wondering, is it really a wonder why this shit has 11,000 dislikes? Like, is it really? It is painful. And these people can't take a joke. Listen, dude, no one here is a professional presenter. This is a streamer who streams behind their desk like everyone there. Okay? You have to be a good sport with how many viewers you have. You have to be. You have a responsibility with your audience. These guys are acting like they're so important they can't bear to have one insult thrown at them. Dude, you're a streamer. You will fall off in 2 years. You're not a rapper. You're not a celebrity. You're not an Oscar-nominated actor. You're a streamer. Don't let it get to your head, buddy. You will fall off. Just like I will fall off. We'll all fall off. Enjoy the moment. Stop being a bitch. Oh my God, this clip. Oh my God. Guys, if you thought this was cringy so far, oh boy. Oh man. Oh man. Speaking of trashy, again, listen, this right here is #1 proof. Anyone wants to fucking talk shit against my opinions, okay? If anyone reacts to this and wants to say, Mugen, I don't agree with you. I don't think VTubing should be gatekept. Okay, streaming wasn't gatekept. Look at what happened.
Presenting the Sapphire Award, our 2023 winner, Valkyrie.
Hello. Real quick, y'all. I know Breakout Streamer of the Year went to Adapt. And congratulations, and we respect you for what you did. But Rakai should have won Breakout Streamer of the Year and DDG. I don't care what y'all say. Shout out Rakai and shout out blah, 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 blah.
I don't think she realizes just how much she hurt Rakai's image and DDG's image by doing this. Not that Rakai's image needed more hurting. Who the hell is that? From what I understand, this is someone who pretty much like slept with every single sports player in something. I don't know. I think it was maybe football. Like she just fucked everyone there, went from man to man, ruined each life, and now she finds herself doing the same thing to streamers. That's what I understand, right? In any case, someone who's really like, all you have to know is that this is someone who is starved for relevancy, who thought she would get good girl points by doing this. Okay? And she did. And guess what? The people around her see this as like a good thing. Like, oh, hell yeah, you're loyal to the cause. You know, listen, like they were making this out. You'll see later. They were also making this out to be like the reason why Rakai didn't win was racism or whatever. Bro, like, oh my God. Oh my God, bro. You stole in a Walmart live on stream and you're not even supposed to be here if people were adhering to Twitch TOS. You got given an exception because you're banned. You want to call racism for losing? If you won, that would have been fucking racism. That would have been racism against DDG, bro. But yeah, I don't know. Like this is what happens. Like dude started streaming when he was 16, I think, and even though he's like closer to 17 or 18 now, not a very healthy environment to be around. And they see this, and they really see this as like their self-importance is making them see this as if they're like hip hop artists of the next generation, right? So they're taking in like this whole gangster mentality, like, hey, you fuck with one of mine, I fuck with you, dude. This is streaming. Stop acting like you have a gun. Stop acting like you've heard a gunshot. What the fuck are we doing here? Like, why are you here? You should have just gone into that community instead. But no, there's money, there's clout. It wasn't gate kept. Let anyone in. All right, cool. Yeah, I made a tweet about this. Let me just go real quick, because I think it does express what I think about this dog shit pretty well. I said content creation started out as having genuine people trying to share their passion with the world. Now it's become a place where people bask in their self-importance and act like they're a once-in-a-generation icon. Most of us will fall off in under 5 years. Stop being cringe. This self-importance is insane. These people, okay, like Rakai, genuinely think that they're doing a favor to the world by streaming. Bro, you will literally fall off before you can fucking get to the age of drinking. Shut the fuck up and sit down. You're a child. Yeah, so this person got escorted out. Cool. So what's interesting though is that you guys noticed how the microphone wasn't cut? Why did they keep it on? I'm sorry, like, hello? As soon as this bitch got on the stage and started yapping, they should have cut it immediately. Bro, what if she just got on there and started saying slurs to get the stream banned? That's interesting. Like, if she had more than one brain cell, she probably would have done that as revenge. What if she did that? No, keep it on, keep it on, keep it on. Keep it on. We love reality TV show trashy drama. We love this shit. To think that 10 years ago, this was about nerds in their fucking bedroom streaming World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, and interacting with their communities. Now, look at where we are. How did we get here? You didn't gatekeep. Congratulations. Congrats, man. Hope you're enjoying it. All right, so just as you thought that Rakai is a shitty person, so Rakai got banned on Twitch, now he's streaming on YouTube. Here's what he had to say about Cutie Cinderella.
Question. No. What's the coolest thing you've ever stolen?
This was her asking him that, yeah?
You wanna know what I was gonna say? I'll say, listen, bitch. What's the coolest dick you ever sucked? Get the fuck off my dick. That's what I was gonna.
This guy's like 18, gets tens of thousands of viewers, and is Kai Cenat's protege. And we're only not even halfway through in the clip.
Lord, I was gonna say that shit to her face, bro, and for everybody. But I had to just sit down and think. I'm black, petite.
Probably the first time in his life he's had to fucking do that. First time in his life he's had to think.
Sit the fuck down and chill. I was gonna say that shit. I was like, bitch, what's the coolest dick you ever fucking suck? You ugly bitch. To her, I was gonna say that. But I just calmed down, bro, and you know, and like, you know, see why she even said that shit.
Bro's a fetus.
Now I get it. Now I get it. Like, she said it because, you know, I got banned for giving that girl flowers, but she didn't really understand is that whole time I had my assistant tell the lady that she never bought it. She put it back, but that wasn't on camera. So,
hey, buddy, she was walking outside the fucking store. She had passed the point of no return. When you get to that point with a cart and you haven't paid for something, they count it as stolen. I had my assistant. Okay, man. All right, buddy. Hey, listen. You should have probably mentioned that during the stream. Now you have all your dumbass fans that watch you try to do the same thing to go viral, right? This is the kind of fucking image you're projecting.
But fuck you, bitch. Nah, real shit. Fuck you.
What a wonderful conclusion. All right, so listen. This is why I think Cutie is not fit to run this fucking show. Like, you see how he completely disrespected her entire existence right here? Completely, like utterly, you know? I can't find someone that could do a better job at degrading her more than that. Dude was banned, she still invited him. And guess what? This is my prediction. He's getting invited next year too. Again, you know why? Kai Cenat, like she had to do everything possible to get him to show up. Why? Because it means more authenticity. It legitimizes the show more. If she tells Rakai you can't come, Rakai's going to complain to Kai. Kai's not going to come. Why? Solidarity. We're gangsters, bro. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Sure, dude. By the way, yeah, this is what I want to mention this. This is the most views the Streamer Awards has ever gotten in its history since 2021. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one. The last record was 600,000. It almost doubled its viewership to 1 million. All it took was Cutie selling out her entire existence and her friends. That's it. That's it. This is why she wanted Rakai there. This is why she wanted the entourage of Kai there. And this is why she wanted him there. Don't get it twisted. It's all about the views. It's all about the views. That's it. Like, you know, sometimes in life you'll ask yourself questions thinking there's a complex answer. No, the answer is very simple. Why does drama sell? Money and views. Why did Cutie throw her self-esteem under the bus? Views. Authenticity. She can get on stage and think, I'm the most important person here right now because I invited these people. I'm surprised Miskiff wasn't there. Actually, you know what? If Miskiff actually was still streaming every day and had 80,000 viewers or more, he would have probably still been invited. Right. But wait, Emery was bigger than him. So there would have been a priority. That's the only thing. Don't get it twisted, man. It's all about the views. Okay? These are a bunch of people that are very out of touch. Very out of touch. You can't be making 6 figures a month doing nothing, right? And still be in touch, right? The thing with me is no matter how much money I make, thanks to you guys, I always make it a point to still hang out with friends I knew from my masters, people I knew before even coming to France. It's so important, dude. Sometimes I'll legit be pissed about something that is so out of touch. Man, oh man, maybe this video didn't perform as well, or man, a sponsor refused me or whatever. I go out with them. I hear what they're going through. I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit. Thank you for grounding me back to planet Earth. Right? I don't know if these people have anyone normal left in their lives, but this is what happens. This is what happens. But just as you thought that this couldn't get worse, I mean, you already know this only gets even more unreal. So the stock guy, this is a guy literally, listen, his old streams is just talking about stocks. He's just a financial nerd. Okay. He was at the Streamer Awards. He went to the bathroom, heard something very disturbing, and told us about it. It's a 3-minute clip, but yeah, watch. I'm actually going to go pee during this. Okay. Be right back. Watch it for yourself.
And I think that kind of did it. Oh, true story. I don't know if I should tell you this or not. So I'm in the middle, right? And I see them down there, and I hear the guy take the mic about if you're going to tell a joke, at least make it funny. I didn't even get the joke or whatever. And then we went to an intermission. I go down, I go down to the bathroom. As I walk in the bathroom, I hear somebody come in and go, "Yo, fuck that bitch. Man, fuck that bitch. I'll fucking toss that bitch. Well, I'll fucking knock her fucking teeth out. How's she gonna suck dick with no teeth? Man, fuck that bitch. Who the fuck she thinks she..." And I was like, oh my God. And then he started saying some shit about, I don't want to repeat it, about some things that are assault-wise that he's gonna do. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, this guy really fucking, I thought it was a bit. And this dude's in the bathroom talking about he's gonna straight up fucking beat the shit out of her and do some horrible things to her. And I was coming out of the bathroom and I was like, yo man, are you okay? Like, you good? And he looked at me like this, and his friend goes, "Ah man, he's just from New York." And then they both left. And I was like, normally it's none of my business and I don't get involved in it, but I'm thinking to myself, do I need to talk to somebody? Is this dude
you guys like this?
Just doing that?
Yeah.
And then I realized we're also at a Streamer Awards and his boys are around. So I'm like, I gotta keep an eye on this shit. He'll probably cool down through the night, but this dude really lost his shit. I thought it was I thought it was a bit, but then in the bathroom, this dude's straight up talking about how he wants to fucking like beat her up, like break her fucking teeth in, and then like you know obviously saying some shit, like talking about beating the shit, like actually physically beating her, and then moved on to like actual SA shit with her. And I'm like, dude, this dude is like taking this shit too far. So like I was like, I'm gonna keep an eye on this dude. If he like doesn't cool down, I'm gonna have to go talk to somebody, because like that's just like, I get that you're talking in front of your boys, but you can't say that shit. You can't say that shit. You know what I mean? And so, but that was it. But I thought it was a bit. I literally thought it was a bit.
Well, it's not.
I really thought it was a bit.
It's not, dude. And yeah, so, but gatekeeping is bad, guys. Listen. Let everyone become a streamer. This guy could legitimately, no, not could. He's legitimately a criminal. Okay? Who the fuck talks like that? Like, oh yeah, how dare she make a joke? I'm gonna kill her. Not before I touch her inappropriately, though. I'm gonna kill her. Yeah. So let's just let everyone participate. Let's just open it up for everybody, dude. Everyone. Just let everyone start becoming a VTuber. Everyone becoming a streamer. Let everyone work in game development. Every hobby of yours. Just open it up to borderline criminals. Because if you're gatekeeping, you're weird. Yeah. So look, the stock guy has no reason to be lying about this. This isn't someone who thrives off drama. As I said, he's just a financial fucking nerd. That's all he does. He's entertaining by himself. He just says this because he was genuinely concerned. Listen, as soon as this happened, when others heard of this, part of the same entourage, they denied it. Look at Blackboy Max. He's one of the winners, by the way. He won Best Music Streamer of the Year. Watch.
The stock guy leaks that he heard Tylo in the bathroom threatening to... Alright, nigga. Cap. That's not even some shit Tylo would say, bro. That's cap. Bro, stop sending these bullshit links, bro. Stop sending these bullshit links, bro.
Look at the chat. White N-word lies. I don't even think like what he was saying was that Tylil was saying this, though. I think the accusation was that Tylil's friend was saying that, right? So he didn't even bother reading it. He was just immediately, no. You're talking shit about someone. No. If one of my friends murders someone, essays them, no. Let's just pretend like snitches get stitches here, bro. You guys are streamers. You guys are fucking streamers. Like, can we stop pretending like you guys are Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg? Can we like, do you guys actually consider yourselves to be on the same level right now? You guys are streamers. The people before you were nerds playing World of Warcraft. So Tylil reacted to this too, right? And of course, I mean, he's going to deny it, right? Let me go to the left here.
Fucking knock her fucking teeth out. How's she gonna?
Oh God, he's not talking about me. Like, it's not even chat. I ain't gonna lie. There's no reason to scream. Ace would appreciate. There's no reason to scream, get loud. Like, he just was not talking about me. But
suck dick with no teeth, man. Fuck that bitch. Who the
bro? Wait, is he in the back rooms? Is he in the back? What the fuck is this? Is this an insane asylum? What?
Fuck, she thinks she...
That's interesting.
And I was like, oh my God. And then he started saying some shit about he's gonna straight up...
Bro, I'm not, why am I watching this? He's not talking about me. He's not talking about nobody that's affiliated with me.
Are you really buffering over a 30-second clip? Oh my God. Hello?
Fucking knocker.
Talking about nobody that's affiliated with me. I'm moving on. That's just, you just don't entertain nonsense. That's nonsense. Okay, W-Ray, I ain't gonna lie, chat. You just move past that. Fuck that.
Yeah. That's a lie. That's a lie. How dare you? I'm not gonna. No. Okay. All right. So someone with an actual, decent way of looking at things, someone with common sense, someone who is not part of this clique that just so blindly tries to act like, I don't know, the reincarnation of Tupac or some shit, says something very reasonable. Your rage is genuinely the bigger man here. And here's what he had to say.
They said that was Dez and all that shit.
Let me go back to the
if it was the case. If it's the case that is Dez that actually said that shit, bro. We gotta handle our emotions differently, gang. Like, come on, bro. Like, dead ass. Like, that's. Come on, bro. We fit in the fucking stereotype at that point, gang. Like, what are we talking about, bro? We dead ass gotta control our emotions, bro. Like, what is this emotional ass shit we doing?
So true. So true, bro. So true. So true. So true. That's the thing. Like, that's one thing that is very important to mention too. This isn't just about the fact that, gatekeeping is important and stuff. Okay, these people got in. They're emulating the worst possible imaginable stereotype a black person ever has to go through in his entire fucking life. And they're doing it in front of hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, this fucking stream got over 1 million peak viewers, the Streamer Awards, right? How are they doing any favor to themselves and anyone, who's African American? They're not, right? This is why I call them gangsters initially, because they are acting like them. They're acting like they're going to go back to Grove Street in San Andreas after this, right? They're going to go back to Grove Street, right? And if just one of them just as much snitched or smiled at Fan's joke, they were going to get killed. They were acting like they had guns in their pockets, bro, ready to just, like, how dare you insult me, right? As if like it's a rival gang. Like, dude, come on, man. Come on. Like, Rakai is part of the new generation. He's 18. Why do you got to bring him into this culture that does no favors whatsoever to black people? I don't think they realize just how much damage they're causing, bro. Like, that's the thing. And your rage calls it out very, very well here. It's like, why are we doing this, man? Why are we doing this? Like, streaming prior to this had plenty of black people. Okay. They weren't problematic. They weren't. But because it wasn't gate kept enough, you have the Johnny Somalis, you have these kinds of people right here who will threaten someone's life over an awkward joke. It's like, come on, man. Right? This isn't necessarily like, this could have been anyone else. It just so happened to be, unfortunately, right? But like, Bujin giving low-key racist. Am I... Bro, did you listen to him talk? Did you listen to him talk? Is he racist too? There is a stereotype, and that stereotype needs to go. They're not helping with that. God. I'm not going to fucking stop. It's the reality here. This is what's going on. They're fitting a stereotype that shouldn't be fit in, and they're not doing favors to anyone here. Your rage calls it out very well. Okay? You don't straight up threaten someone over a joke. That's not something you do. You're hurting yourself and your entire friend group. Period. And so Cutie made her position very clear here. Okay? Cutie made her position very clear. After all this happened, right? So Blackboy Max defended Tylil and his friend. Tylil defended his friend, right? This was said by the stock guy, someone who has no reason to lie. And instead of looking into this, Cutie goes into Tylil's chat and says, I have bad news to the haters. Tylil will have a seat every year. By the way, just so we're clear here, right? Cutie Cinderella was friends with Fan before any of these guys showed up on Twitch. Okay? All right? You're being microaggressive. Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to shut my ass up, dude. You know what? What he said, let's just ignore it. He's being microaggressive too then. Come on, dude. Come on. Stop with this bullshit. So yeah, Cutie made herself very, very clear. Okay, she made it very clear. Even though someone brought this up, okay, it gained traction. Instead of questioning it, like, hey, you guys remember Rakai's fucking crash out over her? Saying what's the biggest dick you sucked, right? Even though that was all happening, and it wasn't that hard to believe at this point because of the way they were behaving. She doesn't care. She doesn't give a shit. Yeah. You know why? It goes back to this. The views. Okay? She caves in. She doesn't let Tylil show up. She tells Tylil, yo, your friend, who probably isn't even a streamer, he can't show up. Tylil's going to say, I'm not coming. Tylil doesn't come. Blackboy Max doesn't come. These two don't arrive to the fucking show. Kai Cenat will say, I'm not coming either. She loses half the peak viewership she reached, goes back to 500K, and that would be worst case, right? How dare you propose the idea of doing this, dude? How dare you? So that's pretty much it. So Cutie Cinderella made her stance very clear here. Very big accusation. The person you had as a host, someone in the bathroom was straight up saying, yo, I want to do things to her and I want to end her fucking life, break her teeth in. Oh, yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever. Just invite all of them, bro. But fuck it. Tylil's friend, don't even worry. I'm not even going to talk to Tylil. I'm just going to come into chat, say he's being invited every single year. Okay. Hey, what happened to believe victims, by the way? You know, what happened to, like, you know, looking into this shit and taking it seriously, man? I wonder what FanFan's opinion is on this. She's probably not saying anything because she doesn't want to ruin the whole award show for Cutie because she's a good friend. But like, what's going on? Do we really throw every aspect of our morals just because someone has views? Is this what the streamer, like, this is what you want to show the mainstream audience? Interesting. So yeah, of course. I mean, as it's extremely predictable, right? After this starts surfacing, after people start talking about it, this happens. Watch.
Everyone has an agenda. Everyone is going to try and spin it the way they want. All I said is that after that event, I was in the bathroom and someone said some really fucked up shit. And now everyone has decided to put a name to it. I'm racist. I'm a clout.
Guys. The stock guy was being microaggressive. Okay? He was being microaggressive because he overheard someone say how he wants to, like, do things to FanFan and end her life. He was microaggressive, guys. He was listen. Just honestly, yeah, someone said it in chat. Listen, don't invite the stock guy to the next show. We don't want Cutie losing viewers. Just don't ban him forever. In fact, you know what? Cutie should tell one of her friends that Dan Clancy is currently slobbering over. Hey, can you message him back? Just say that he looks handsome and then ask for a favor. Can you just ban the stock guy from Twitch? Sure. Yeah, let's just do that.
Chaser, no matter what you do, I'm getting death threats. I have people saying, oh, I heard that you live in Delaware now. We gonna find you. Right? Shit like, better not show up to the next TwitchCon, right? Fucker, I mean, it's in Europe. You can't afford to go, right? Like, we gonna murk your ass and shit. I'm like, you know what?
Don't show up to the next TwitchCon. Like it's some sort of like territory, you know, like, hey man, next time I see you in New York, you're dead. It's like, don't show up to the next TwitchCon. Like, like it's some sort of controlled territory. Like, TwitchCon? I mean, really? You're gonna threaten someone at a fucking convention as goofy as that? Really? Well, honestly, seeing that there's probably gonna be like 2 streamers next year there because they don't want to be fucking assaulted, yeah, it'll probably be very easy to find them at TwitchCon.
Dude, but shut the fuck up, bro. Listen, you got to get up for school in the morning. Just put off the phone, okay?
Exactly.
People will lose their fucking minds over this shit. Okay? People will lose their minds over this shit.
Twitch mobsters. Yeah.
No matter what you do, right? Here's another one.
Hey, you show up to TwitchCon the next year, you're swimming with the fishes. That's a promise. I'm going to shoot you with lead. You don't show up to the next TwitchCon. You understand? Why didn't you protect Amiru when she got... I don't care about Amiru.
Put a name out there, you pussy. If I'm not 100, and I mean 100% sure of exactly who somebody is, because I didn't know any of these people before, I still don't know them. I'm not going to say something if I'm not 100% sure, because if I put what happened to the wrong person, even if there's a 1% chance, then I'm a fucking pussy. Then I'm a piece of shit. You know why? Because now you're actually dragging somebody who might not be real, putting something and attaching it to their name from your mouth to them. And that's worse than anything else.
True.
If you're not 100, and I mean 100% sure exactly who it was to a T, you don't do that thing. Because if you're wrong, that's the fucked up part. Well, then you shouldn't say shit at all. I'm talking to my community. I'm telling them what happened. There was an incident that happened. That's all I said. What you take from that's on you, little bro. I'm pretty sure I know after everybody saw the person that did it, but I still don't know 100%. My point wasn't to get this out there. My point wasn't to cause drama. I was just bullshitting around with you guys about the award show saying, hey, listen, this is what happened. This is what, yeah, these people, we had fun doing this. Oh my God, I remember this one thing that happened. That's all that happened. This wasn't me going to fucking TMZ or something.
So I think what I mean, look, I get it. He doesn't want to cause drama when he's there. But like if someone were to overhear a conversation like that, dude, I don't know. I'd be concerned, right? Because when FanFan made the jokes and then gave the mic to Kaisenat's friends, they were being very aggressive. Like there was no like humor. There was no attempt to establish a connection. Like, hey, like, you know, this is a really awkward joke. I make awkward jokes sometimes too. Like, you know, I get it. You know, there's nothing like that. It was like, yo, bitch, if you're going to make some jokes, at least make them be funny, right? Like, no understanding there. No understanding. Zero. It's all serious. You can't be goofy. You can't have fun. You're not allowed to be a bit cringe. So, yeah, dude, if you overhear something like this in the bathroom, shit, man. Like, so some of this entourage was being very aggressive. Did they actually mean this? Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. The correct thing to do maybe would have been to like alert security or something, but I don't think he wanted to cause drama either. And he did say that if it got worse, he would have done it. But overall, like, this is definitely very interesting info. This is definitely very interesting info. Someone said the whole streaming community is becoming very unbearable. It is the worst it has ever been. Doesn't help that you have the CEO of the company acting like he is a senior in high school. Yeah. We really have reached a point where like it's so unbearable to keep up with anything. Like drama is going to be constant. Like before, years ago, it would happen every 3 months, 4 months, whatever. But like drama is constant now, you know? Unfortunate. So yeah, Silky and Your Rage is the guy who gave the great point of view on this. They tell Dez that he can't ignore the allegations and should respond within 24 hours. So it's revealed now. It's revealed. The person who was saying this shit in the bathroom, we have a name. They revealed it. It's Dez, one of Tylil's friends, which was already implied, right? That it was Tylil's friends. It wasn't Tylil himself. And here's what they had to say.
I'm not saying I'm not bro. Word to bro. I'm not defending nobody because regardless of what it is, once you are like talking about SA, I can't respect that. Like I can't respect that. Like you know what I'm saying. I got 3 sisters and a mother. I can't respect that. You know what I'm saying? Once you talk about SA, I can't respect anything.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has a mother, you know? The 3 sisters add more to it, but yes, everyone has a mother, right? Like that's why everyone should be against it and not making threats in the bathroom.
Anything like that, bro, because I would never want that to happen to my sister. I would never want that to happen to my mom. It's as simple as that. It's facts. But I'm just saying, I know how shit can get misinterpreted, bro. What I'm saying is, bro, I always leave room to spare because I don't want to sit here and jump on a shit. And the whole time you're wrong. And the whole time you're wrong. And then you gotta be like, not a shit, because I have a support base, and now it's like I'm turning my entire support base to hate on this person, and it could have been misinterpreted the entirely wrong way.
Platonic non-mother birth.
Jazz, I ain't gonna lie, just come clear this shit up. If you did it, admit you did it, apologize, say what you gotta say, and if you didn't, say why niggas are saying it's you, gang. Like, come on.
Facts.
This is some shit that can't get ignored, low key.
Nah,
you can't ignore this shit.
It can't get ignored.
You can't ignore this shit.
This
bro.
can't get something under the rug. It can't get something under the rug. This has to be.
You got 24 hours, gang.
What?
No cap.
Wait, so you on his ass?
Nah, bro, that's crazy. You can't have the internet. If it's not, you can't have the
facts.
internet thinking you said some crazy shit.
Facts. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like the longer.
Same day I would have been lying.
Yeah, because
nigga, what?
If I hear niggas
say, oh!
Niggas said I said some crazy shit. Nigga, what? I'm fucking live with it. What are you, fool? Fool, what I say, nigga? What? If I hear some caption about me, what? You crazy.
Facts. That's a fact.
An actual reasonable take again. Listen, probably in the whole thing, in this whole like controversy with the streamer awards, the only sensible takes were from either Your Rage or Silky. Crazy. Like no one else had something reasonable to say about this shit. No one else. It's crazy. Like 2 people versus how many? Like fucking 15, 20, I don't know. But this is very reasonable. Yes, dude, this is a very big accusation. You can't just like, throw it under the rug. You have to respond. You have to say something, right? You can't just ignore it and hope it'll go away, because what kind of environment are you like encouraging here? Guys, it's very important to really like mention that many of the people who watch this entourage, like people like Your Age, even FaZe as well, like they're kids, teenagers, okay? It's very important that they know what's right and wrong, right? So if they see their streamers acting a certain way, they're going to try to emulate that, right? So, oh, someone's being cringe and awkward and making some joke. Instead of comforting them, I should just say, you should suck a dick, bitch. Should I say that? Really? Really? No, you should be reasonable, like Your Rage and Silky, because I have a feeling, right? I have a feeling, seeing how reasonable he is, if FanFan made that joke with Your Rage, he would have smiled. He would have smiled. If she handed him the microphone, he would have done a joke back that is just as awkward, just as cringe, and they would have moved on, right? Unfortunately, that wasn't the case with Rakai. That wasn't the case with Ty Lil talking about Kai Cenat. That wasn't the case, okay? It's unfortunate that it was those people that got given this opportunity to be handed the mic, and it wasn't people like this. But that wasn't it, right? That was the whole thing, like with Rakai and Kai Cenat and all that stuff. But there's more problems that happened with this. Like, there's a reason I said that this was legit, like the worst streamer awards of the year, bro. So XQC would. So there was like an end of the year recap showing like the top moments in 2025. This happens in every streamer award. And XQC was not shown in a single clip. Same with Asmongold, right? This was XQC's theory as to why that was the case. More? Of course there's more. The fuck? Hey, you think my title's clickbait? When do I ever clickbait? When do I ever clickbait? Guys, come on. Come on. There's more. Platonically. Smiley
Yeah, I
face.
wasn't being schizo about the whole fucking streamer awards thing. Look at this shit. True. Editors, opening video, nominations, bang. Look at this.
So, the guy who came up with the opening video, editor for Hassan on TikTok and YouTube.
Editor for Hassan, bang.
Editor, Osnox, editor for Hassan. He's been his editor since like the beginning.
Editor for Hassan, bang.
Has a huge hate boner for XCC.
Editor for Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, who is, as far as some people are concerned, Hassan's girlfriend, right? Just promise the stream will be less than 7 hours. It will. Don't worry. Shouldn't last more than 30 minutes. So yeah, that was also a thing. And, bear in mind, I mean, Hassan was invited. Listen, Hassan's been through controversy, right? And I'm not saying we should cancel anyone. I don't even think we should cancel Hassan for what he did with the shot caller, dude. You want him to show up? Make him show up. It's the Streamer Awards, right? He was roasted. So what do you want? But if we're going to invite someone who is quote unquote problematic, you should also invite other people who are problematic too, like XQC, or hell, even Asmon. I don't know if Asmon would leave his room. Honestly, I don't think so. But yeah.
Bang. GG's. Who would have thought? I said more chat. Yeah, good day.
So there was that. Yeah, this goes back to the whole like LA clique thing, right? A lot of people already have a lot of criticism, like even before this award, this whole criticism of the LA clique, you know what I mean? Like Valkyrie, Cutie, Ludwig, Hassan. You guys remember with the whole Hassan dog collar thing? Like the whole entourage of the LA clique was being put in the fucking middle, right? Like they were at the middle of the incident, other than Hassan, because they weren't saying anything about it, and they were just defending him constantly. So this goes back to the idea, right? That to make it as a big streamer, you have to always be surrounded by people who are as big or bigger. You have to always like suck up to them. You can't say anything negative about them, or else your career dies, right? Quote unquote. Yeah. Click. I'm saying clique because it's a French word and it's clique. But anyway, This can legit be seen. This happened recently, dude. Wait, where is it? Yeah. I mean, look, this is very recent. This was like when? 3 days ago. Look at Pokemon. Part of the LA clique as well, of course. She was doing Twitch clip reacts. This was moderated by her mods. Okay, she wasn't expecting to find anything she disagreed with or doesn't like. Let me just go to the bottom left. Watch.
Come here. Hey.
So this is the clip in which Hassan pulls on the tail, not of Kaya, but of another dog, which is really bad for their spine and hurts them tremendously. Okay, you know, it's not a big deal. It's just animal abuse. It's not a big deal, right? You know, but whatever. She gets it and she's like wondering, wait, what is this?
Mods.
Mods, skip. You know, it's funny. I like to imagine that when she made this face right here, this was her like thinking, oh shit, I'm going to get a mouthful from Hassan. Oh my God. Oh my God, mods. Someone's getting demodded, bro. Someone's getting fired. Someone's getting fired. That's the face you make when you fuck up, right? Like that is a little tick. That's like, oh shit, oops. I overcooked the chicken. Oops, right? I did something bad. Oops. Yeah. Hassan probably talked to her for 6 hours about this. How dare you? How dare you go against me? How dare you? Don't you know what I'm fighting for? Don't you know what I'm doing? Don't you understand that it's all my haters? They're trying to discredit me. Don't you? Oh my God. Something that would make a prisoner in Guantanamo Bay end up confessing. Okay? Because that's more torture than whatever they're going through there. That's the LA clique. That's and these are the people who are like, you know, Cutie Cinderella is part of that clique, and that's the person who's organizing the streamer award. Okay, so Hassan could legitimately fucking cook his dog for all I care. He's getting invited. He will. How can you watch this clip while a genocide's going on, bro? True. The fact that I'm watching this and not commenting on that instead, I think, is a microaggression. Real. But guys, that's not it. There's more. I'm telling you, bro, streamer awards are so toxic. There's nothing fun about them. There's only like one positive in all this. And we're going to get to that at the end. One small positive, one little gem in like a sea of dog shit. Lily Pichu was nominated, okay, as Best Fighting Game Streamer. So if you guys don't know who this is, Lily Pichu was just, you know, she's just a wholesome streamer, right? She's Michael Reeves' girlfriend. She recently got into fighting games like a year or two ago. And as a total noob, as a total tourist, she got into it, tried her best to learn it, really got into it, and started streaming it. Like she made her whole content centered around the fighting game community, which is cool. You know, like this is what I mean. Like this isn't someone you want to gatekeep. This is someone who got into a new medium, learned it, understood its culture, and got into it, respected it. Wonderful, isn't it? It's amazing, right? It's amazing what you can do when you actually get into something and respect it, as opposed to, you know, getting into it and not respecting it, taking the piss out of it, and making it worse. That's what gatekeeping is. At least for me, when I say we should gatekeep. So she got into it. She got nominated with another content creator called Sajam, Brawl Pro, Escape. Lily isn't a tourist. Well, the thing is, she got into it recently. Okay. There are other fighting game streamers that have been doing this for like a decade now, right? So in regards to them, yeah, you know, she is recent. I'm not saying tourist as a bad thing, right? She just got into it recently. And she's fairly recent into it, but she's been making it her own content for like the last year or two, right? She's been really deep into this. So one could say that she completely, you know, became a fighting game streamer. Some people, though, were not too happy about this. Shazam, bro, I don't know. How do you spell this, bro? You guys know me. You've watched my videos. I misspell names all the time. And frankly, I don't give a fuck. It's funny. So when I say people weren't happy about this, I mean one person in particular. Okay. Let me just show you her speech first. No thoughts, head empty. Thank you so much for the membership. So relatable.
Lily Pichu.
Let's wait for it to get on the stage. Wait, is that even the... There's no speech, bro. Speech, streamer awards. Oops. Let me see. It's right here.
Presenting the award for best.
And her speech was very short, but it's important to watch.
Wow, thank you so much for nominating and picking me, even though I know a lot of you did it out of spite. I think fighting games are for everyone, and they're really fun, and I think you should try it. And if you haven't yet, I'm sure there's one that will fit you. And if you think I'm an FGC tourist, suck my balls. Thank you.
All right. Okay, look, this is the kind of person that you want to represent your hobby to new people. Okay, this is someone who got into it blind, was a tourist, converted into someone full-fledged. Like, she's not a tourist anymore, right? She hasn't been for like the last, I mean, you know, ever since she started, right? She actually respected it. She got into it. She didn't try to mend it her own way. She didn't try to change it to fit to make it fit her own standards. She got into it, respected it, appreciated it, and went deep into it. Perfect. And she's out here telling people, guys, if you haven't tried it, please get into it. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Imagine if like Peanut did that in his acceptance speech, right? Instead of being like, I'm not a VTuber, I'm a Vtuber. Instead of being like, he could have just been like, yo guys, I highly encourage you to like, you know, try out a virtual avatar. You might think it's cringe, but it could be really interesting. Imagine that. Imagine that. Unfortunately, that's in an alternate reality. So, and at the end, when she said what she said, it wasn't directed towards the fighting game community, right? As far as I know, like they've accepted her with open arms. It was directed towards one person. And that person is Low Tier God. Okay. Low Tier God. I don't know if you guys know him, right? Low Tier God is this guy right here. Okay. Some people here probably don't know who he is. You probably, no. You definitely know who he is. You've definitely seen his fucking clip where he's like, you should yourself now and give your oxygen to someone else, right? I'm sure you've seen that. This guy, right? Listen, some of you guys might be introduced to him for the first time other than this clip. And it's my honor to tell you, this is going to piss him off so much. It's my honor to tell you that this guy is 41 years old. The hair on his head is not real. It's a toupee. He's 41 years old. He is in debt, $120,000. He has a daughter. He refers to her as it. He pays child support. He's in a house. He flexes all the time. But he's actually with a roommate. He's also extremely racist against black people. I mean, he's legit Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. He is so racist. Every time he gets into a game and gets sniped by someone who sounds black, he's like, oh God, here's another. No, I'm not going to say it. You guys got to clip me. Oh my God. No, I'm not going to say it. But you get the point. He even came up with his own term to refer to black people, his own derogatory term. He calls them rogs. Okay. He calls them rogs. Right. So this guy, God, like there are plenty of videos about him, deep dives, whatever. Okay, dude. Okay, I get it. Yes, I know he says that. Please don't say it in my chat. Okay, please don't say it in my chat. But yeah. Okay. So basically, he's macro aggressive. Yes, he's legit macro aggressive. Macro aggressive. Okay. So just in every way, a terrible person. And he's always had a hate boner against Lily Pichu. He hates her. Okay. Because in his mind, like this clip is like what, 13 minutes? I'm going to save you time. In his mind, this dude gets stalked. Like, look, wait. Let me show you. Wait, let me see if I can find the tweet. Wait, one sec. Low Tier God. This dude is legitimately convinced. Let me see that he doesn't tweet much. Let me see where it's at. Did he delete it? The 2 most stalked men on the planet. Low Tier God. Yeah. Look at this. This is how delusional he is. Look at this. The 2 most stalked and harassed men on Earth. He actually believes this. He actually fucking believed it. Okay, he believes this shit. So the idea here is that every time he gets on a fighting game, be it Street Fighter, Tekken, whatever, he always gets sniped. He always gets sniped. He loses 9 out of 10 of all his games. He always gets sniped. So, in this clip right here that we were just looking at, he's mad that he got snubbed because he always says that he's not part of the FGC, the fighting game community, but at the same time, he says that he's a walking contradiction. He's like, "Oh, I'm the most stalked and harassed man on earth. Every time I open up my game, people launch the game just to stalk me, right? And the fact that I'm not nominated and this tourist won, what the fuck, right? That's his logic, right? That's his logic. So what did he do? Well, you know what any sensible human being would do. He sent his community to brigade her Discord. And he said that she should calm. What does that mean? That means she should commit suicide, right? I wish I was making that up, dude. I wish I was making that up. So he shot on her, brigade her, and wished death upon her, pretty much. A 41-year-old deadbeat dad got his ego so fucking hurt, even though he sucks at fighting games. I mean, he's really terrible. He's really, really bad. Oh my God, you guys should watch clips of him playing. He plays the same character and just spams the same button. And when someone manages to figure out his entire strategy, he just starts going crazy, right? So, yeah, he's a hilarious lol cow. Yes, he's a lol cow. Absolutely. I'm not saying it's not funny watching him lose like this, but this is definitely like, out of pocket. It's too much. It's way too much. This shouldn't be encouraged. And mind you, this guy presented in one of the Vtuber, one of the streamer awards. Let me see. LTG Streamer Awards. He presented, this was back in 2024. He legit sat there and presented the award for best fighting game streamer. Yeah, he was booed. Of course, yeah, he was booed. Yeah, they booed him. Yeah. But overall, it seemed like, wow, is he on a redemption arc? Oh, that's interesting. Nope. Next year, says whoever won it should end it. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Cool. Thank you. Wonderful. So look, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Platonically. That's what I'm saying. My stream is not clickbait. My stream is not clickbait. When I say this is the worst one so far, I mean it. This was shit in every direction. And it really shows us how out of touch these content creators are. And, okay, not all of them, but like some of them. And how much this hurts them, right? Like how much this is just a fucking dumbass award. This isn't even official. It was made by someone, right? Like you shouldn't take it. Wishing death upon someone's crazy. Crazy. Especially when you have a platform. Yeah, there were some funny moments. Sure. I mean, look at this tweet. 1.3 million views, 74,000 likes. Hassan saying I'm at a very Chinese point in my life because he's wearing Chinese traditional garb, like modern clothing. Kind of like, I think this is meant to resemble Mao Zedong. Someone said he's going to eat his dog. Yes, it's a racist joke, but as you can see, like a lot of likes. At some point, Black Boy Max was wearing like this coat full of fur. And someone in Asmongold's chat said he's wearing Kaya. Yeah, dude, it's yeah, okay. Of course, he's at the butt of the jokes. But yeah, overall, look, you might be wondering why we've reached this point. Okay, even maybe I didn't make it clear enough. But overall, this is how Twitch works. Okay, when someone has a lot of views, this is how Twitch works. All right. I'm still a firm believer that if you make a TikTok, if you make a YouTube, you can make it by yourself. You can genuinely make it by yourself. You just have to stay consistent and make something that works with people. If your watch time is high enough, if people watch your videos, this is the most important metric. If your watch time is high enough, the algorithm will reward that. Twitch doesn't work that way. There's no algorithm. There's no discoverability. And even if there was, because they've tried it, don't think they didn't, people don't click on them. They just want to watch people they know or people who are interesting enough, doing interesting collabs. So the real way to grow, the fastest way, other than just winning the lottery, is to suck up to people. It's to become a part of their entourage. is to be a part of their friend group, is to collab with them, is to, use each other for content, whatever. Okay? So these people, this is their livelihood. Yeah, they make a shit ton of money, but of course they don't want to see it stop. So they have proven time and time again that they will sacrifice anything. Dignity, morals, friends, whatever, just to keep going, just to get more numbers, more money, whatever. Okay? So Rakai degraded Cutie in every fucking way when he, came back home in his stream. In every way. Degraded her in every way. He's going to get invited next year. One of Tyler's friends in the bathroom said they were going to do very horrible things to Fan just because she was cringe with her jokes. We have a guarantee from Cutie. Tylil, and so, by definition, his entourage will be invited every single year. Thanks for confirming that, Cutie. Yeah. Hassan is as controversial as Asman. Only Hassan got an invite because he's part of the friend group, of course. Just like, the list goes on. The list goes on. If anything, like, at the end of this, Cutie was like, guys, this is a lot of work. I know this has like a lot of ups and downs, but the reason why I did this is because I want to bring the community together. Really? Really? Bringing the community together. The community has never been more broken. The community has never been more at odds. Okay? Maybe it was inevitable, but what triggered it was your fucking award show. Bringing people together, my ass. This, if anything, caused more rifts between people. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, dude. It's really weird. And it's not like she's helping with her behavior either. So, yeah. That's why it was a disaster. Right? I guess the stream's going to be shorter than expected. I mean, we're 3 hours in, but that's pretty much it. There were a lot of things, as you saw. It wasn't just VTuber related. If anything, like, I think you guys can agree. If you watch from the beginning, the VTuber stuff in comparison, it pales. It pales in comparison to what actually went on with IRL streamers, with facecam streamers. That shit was nothing. Like, there weren't actual crimes being talked about with the VTubers. It's softcore compared to this shit. So, yeah. Was it a disaster if she made more money than ever in the Streamer Awards? I don't think she really makes a lot of money, dude. I mean, yeah, the ads on a 1 million viewer stream must be fucking insane, but an event like this is very expensive. I told you, I said in the beginning of the stream, like the first few years, it was very hard for her to organize it, and she had to, at some point, accept Fansly as a sponsor. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. They were the only ones willing to sponsor her, which was controversial at the time, somewhat. So, yeah. Look, again, I'm not shitting on Cutie. I think she maybe I'm a little bit. Like, I'm not, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not disregarding all her hard work. She did a lot of work. Yes, that much is clear. But at the same time, even though you worked very hard, one can't deny the fact that, a lot of things are being handled irresponsibly, right? So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But there were some wholesome moments. Like, for example, Speed winning Streamer of the Year. That was cool. That was very, very wholesome. Very cool. There was this very, very cool, like, streamer. Like, had very, very small streamer, right? She was, I don't know who discovered her. Thank you so much, the Quartius. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Nothing Burger versus Titanic Iceberg. Yeah. So she's a very small streamer. She was part of the Rising Star Awards, I think. Or no, Hidden Gem. So it was I Just Love Puzzles, Moo Hoodles, just a bunch of the other people. One of them was Brox, Mr. John Hololive. And I Just Love Puzzles. All these people were averaging under 200 viewers this year. So this allowed her to, well, first off, it was fundraised. Her coming to the Streamer Awards was fundraised. She fundraised $2,000. People were so kind to give her the money, which is very, very cute, very cool. And she ended up winning. And her speech was very wholesome. It was probably the most, or one of the only wholesome moments in the whole stream, but like very, very cute. Overall, it was very nice. This whole thing has been fucking negative. Might as well show you something positive, right?
I am never at a loss for words, but I am so nervous right now. I am extremely thankful and grateful to every single one of you there has,
So cute, dude. So wholesome.
Well, fuck yeah. Healed. Actually high rolled the heel.
some of you know my story, but there have been so many heavy things that have happened to me in my life. And I was in such a dark place when my kids created this Twitch account
Mid-roll.
to give me something to do. And this stream gave me life. I had literally given up.
Listen, this is what Streamer Wars should be about, right? This is what Streamer Wars should be about, dude. Okay? This is like, it should be a place to celebrate everyone's differences. Everyone has their own origin story when it comes to like streaming, right? In her case, unfortunately, it was very dark, but she was able to make something out of it and found an amazing, very supportive community who literally paid her money, who fundraised her money to fly out to LA for the Streamer Awards, and she ended up winning. This is someone with under 200 viewers, and she's out here on a stage talking to a combined, I don't know how many, like millions of viewers, like people who bring in like millions of viewers on stage, and they're clapping for her. This is what it should be about, okay? Not any like cringe, like man macho shit, like how dare you insult me? How dare you make a joke? Like it shouldn't be like that. People should just come together. That's how it should be. Unfortunately, it's far from it. This is like the only, God, this is like better than nothing, I guess. But yeah, after absolutely destroying you guys with all the cringe, I thought I would give you something wholesome. But yeah, this was very cute. Very, very worthwhile to do this. And this is what should be encouraged. Okay. These are the kind of stuff that we need more of in streaming and VTubing and content creation in general. This is someone genuine who's not out of touch and who definitely deserves this. Good for her. I'm really happy for her. But yeah, so Cutie Cinderella is already planning for next year. She says, I learned so much this year, have so many good ideas, doing very hard pivot, so motivated. Next year's going to be a movie, I promise. Saw the criticism. A lot of it is valid. Really excited to impress you. Yeah, I don't know if I believe this. I think next year's going to be the same thing. Nominees come out. She's going to cry on stream. Same shit on a bigger scale. Whoa, Double Lift is awesome. Don't disregard the entire show. Yeah, Double Lift won Legacy Award, which was cool. You're right. That was cool. That was nice. I mean, he definitely deserves it because he was around before this award was in. And yeah. Streamer's Choice was Jason DeWeen. This was something that people voted for. Oh yeah, the stock guy was there because he was nominated, by the way. He was nominated. It's about the friends we made along the way, platonically, of course. But yeah, it's I don't know, dude. I don't know what to expect next year. But if this keeps going, if this gets even more viewers than this year, if the red flags are disregarded even more, this is gonna do nothing more than hurt streaming and content creation as a whole, right? Unfortunate. But yeah, I'm fully expecting I'm fully expecting the microaggression crowd to start labeling me as a racist for what I said, but I know what I said, and I know I'm not racist. What happened is what happened, right? I already explained myself, so it is what it is. Those people were like, thing is, these people were going to turn on you anyway, right? This is what I tell content creators. Like when you have people like this labeling you and making you out to be things that you're not, they were going to do this anyway. Like they were waiting for it, right? They were just waiting for it. So they waited for it. I'm glad their patience paid off. Go ahead. I know what I am. But regardless, this wasn't a race issue. This was a behavioral issue. But unfortunately, because of the platform these people have, yeah, anyway. It doesn't do justice to their audiences. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. This isn't how I think. This is how the internet thinks. And that's just reality. You want to deny it? Do whatever you want. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching the whole thing. If you're watching the VOD or the stream. Midget 2026 cancel arc. If I keep streaming, I'll eventually get canceled. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching the whole thing, guys. We're going to go through the donations now. When next vid? I don't fucking know. I just uploaded like 2 days ago, bro. I need to hibernate. We're going to go through the donations. Also, before I get to the donations, because I know some of you guys are going to leave, join the Discord. Join the Discord. Is discord.gg/Muujin. Join the Discord. We have an art contest going on right now. I'm going to be streaming next stream. I don't know if I'm going to stream again, but like within the next week or something. But I know that the next stream guaranteed is going to be on Christmas Eve. Thanks so much, Mild Chills. Christmas Eve. Yes, on the 24th, Christmas Eve. Okay, so if you guys are alone or whatever, or are bored with your families, I'll be live. Christmas Eve, I'll be going live. We'll be doing some sort of a recap of 2025, kind of going through like the videos I made and stuff like that, and the major dramas. And then we're gonna go through the art contest. Okay, so there's an art contest right now in Discord. First place gets $150, second place $100, third place $50. And we're going to go through that. We're going to choose the winners on stream as well. Going to be a fun time. So many of you are very, very talented, and can't wait to see what you have. Also, we also have mod applications because these streams are growing way too fucking quickly, and I don't want to end up being like Burnt Peanut, where people will say shit about women and minorities and whatever, and they just get away with it. So we have mod applications. They're also in the Discord. Make sure to go to the announcements channel if you want to apply. It's a Google survey link. Yeah. And yeah. So now that I've said all this, let's get down to the donations. Okay. Let's get down to it, baby. Let me minimize this a little bit. Okay. Thank you guys so much for your support, dude. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Averki with the 3. VTuber or not, he has a community of incels and he does nothing about it. We need to stop forgiving men for just hating the other half of the population. Yeah, so they're referring to Peanut. I don't think Peanut necessarily hates women, right? That's the thing. I don't think he necessarily hates women, but he definitely needs to control his chat. Until he actually like says, hell yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen a clip personally. If you have one, link it to me. I haven't seen a clip of him saying like, hell yeah, what you guys are saying in chat, keep it up. Yes, these dumb women. I haven't seen that. I'm just going to assume the guy, like, he's being irresponsible at most by not moderating. I don't think he's actually like, being inherently maliciously sexist. But yeah, it's definitely like it reflects very badly on his community. It's the same thing, like, with Rakai and Kai Cenat and stuff. Like, their actions at the Streamer Awards, their communities are hundreds of thousands of people. It reflects badly on their communities too. So Burnt Peanut, by not moderating his chat, same thing. So he definitely needs to get on that. Skyfer says, even if Mousy mishandled, just because people have been hateful at her last year, doesn't mean she has to give the same energy back. Such a strange expectation to have. I don't know. It feels weird. Well, again, like, what's the alternative here? She could have worded it better. That's pretty much it, right? If there are some people who are probably asking of her to like go against Peanut, say this is an injustice, whatever, she's not going to do that. It makes her look worse by doing that. It makes her look like a sore loser. And you know who's a sore loser? Low tier God. Do you really want to be a 41-year-old balding idiot? No. So that's the thing. She just could have worded it differently. Is she being a bit extra? Sure. But like, if someone watches Iron Mouse or is familiar with her, they know that's just how she is. She's very wholesome. Sees the best in people and is allergic to drama, right? That's pretty much it. Mr. Wind, this entire drama is a good example of just how unemployed and parasocial people have become. People nowadays are so narrow-minded that just because you like something doesn't mean others have to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I do agree with that. I don't think it's just parasocialism and stuff and unemployed, but I think also like it's desensitization and stuff. And I don't know. It's just like, for some reason, the internet has made us evolve into people that see cringe as something that is as bad as a war crime when it shouldn't be. It just should be as something like, let me move on from this, right? Like, let me just, but no, people feel the need to like leave a comment saying, end your life. It's like, whoa, it's just cringe, man. Like, this isn't a war criminal. This isn't someone who murdered hundreds of thousands of people or anything. So yeah. Luna Nicole the Fox, people should stream if they want to stream, not because they want to make it. And honestly, as someone who's trying, yeah, the odds are almost as bad as a lottery. Yeah, they are as bad as a lottery. And you should definitely stream if you want to. But also, I think the most important thing is, if you want to be happy in life, you won't be happy by having tens of thousands of subs and like a shit ton of money if you sell your dignity doing it, right? You're not. I think you will be happier as long as you're not like, below the poverty line. That's obviously you're going to prefer that. But like, if you have like decent income and have your dignity, you're going to be happier. It might be hard to believe right now because you're probably thinking about the money and the subs and the fame, but when you do get there and you realize that your dignity is gone and you can't get it back no matter how much money you earn, yeah, point of no return. Ben99, can't believe I caught a Mugen stream while awake, even though we're in the same time zone. Love you, man. Platonically. Love you too, man. Platonically. Love you too. Very platonically. The Secret Lover, I hope the streamer awards are dead and doesn't happen next year. Fake awards are not worth this much manufactured drama. This started out as like a grassroots effort, right? This started out as like something that no one else was doing it. Let me do it. Same with Fillion making the VTuber awards. It's the responsibility of the creators and the audience to not make a big deal out of it. But here's the thing. This might sound like weird or like a weird way of saying it, but you know how like you go in the wild and you try to tame a horse and initially the horse is going to like, you know, go all crazy and shit and you have to like tame it? A streamer's chat is kind of like that. Okay? I'm not calling you guys horses or animals, but like in general, I know it's a weird analogy, but stick with me here. A streamer is like the chat is waiting on the streamer. Okay? The chat is waiting on the streamer. I'm sure you've seen it if you watch streams. A streamer's watching something. As they're watching it, the chat's like, L, cringe, L, cringe, L, cringe. The streamer says, yo, this is really cool. I love it. This is a W. This is the best thing I've seen this year. The whole chat changes from L to, yes, I agree. Yes, absolutely. Yes, indeed. Of course. Yes. Cat smile emoji. That's how a streamer works. Okay? Every stream is an echo chamber to some extent. Okay? Platonic horse, someone said. So every stream's chat is like an echo chamber. And they're just waiting. They're just waiting on the streamer to give his opinion before they give theirs. Okay? That's just how it works. Don't ask me why. I'm not a psychologist. So, yeah. When a streamer like makes a big deal out of this, it says, fuck this. It should have been me. It should have been me. Yeah. Their stream chat is going to be like, hell yeah, we're part of a movement. Our streamer, our leader's pissed. Let's be pissed for him too. Let's go harass people, right? So that's why like I think also Iron Mouse is very scared of that as well. That's something to keep in mind. She has a very big platform. And she doesn't want to hint. Okay, maybe she's taking a bit too much to the extreme, but she doesn't want to hint discontent. She doesn't ever want to make others experience what she experienced, which is harassment, death threats, etc. Right? Because she's received so many of these. I wouldn't be surprised if she literally has trauma because of this, right? It's not like something like, yeah, I know the meme is like, yeah, what do you mean cyberbullying? Close your laptop, bro. When you have people straight up like telling you they wish for you to not exist and you've never even met them, they know nothing about you, it does something to you. Especially when it's like such huge numbers. And what's your mistake for them saying that? Did you actually do something wrong? No, you just won an award. Yeah, it gets to you. So I guess that's my explanation. Everyone's acting like a horse right now, bro. This is insane. I terrible example on my part. Terrible. But you guys get the point. Taylor Lee said in Minecraft, killing in Minecraft. Yeah, that would be funny. If Tylil's friend was like, oh, the things I said about fan, I meant for it to be in Minecraft. Yeah, man. You know, it's better than silence at least. Better than nothing. Vermi says the tabs address me. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I did a lot of tabs. Yeah. How much RAM is this taking? Let me open up the task manager without leaking anything. Am I leaking anything? No. Yeah, no, I'm not. Oh my God. Are you guys ready for this? Holy shit. 16 gigs of RAM just going to Google Chrome is insane. That is crazy. 16 gigs of RAM for all these. That's like what? That's like what, $200? That is insane. And mind you, Windows is so dog shit. It's such a shitty operating system that it says 62%. I have 64 gigs of RAM. 64. But at 16, it's saying 60. Oh my God, bro. What, like if they bloat this shit more with AI bloatware, I'm going to need 128 gigs next year. All right. Willis B also says address the tab allegations. Just did, dude. 16 gigs of RAM. Platonically, please close it down. Dude, it's fine. We're fine. Switch to Linux, bro. I don't know. Transferring all the shit I do to Linux. No, I'm gonna operationally be non-existent for 2 weeks on my YouTube. I'd rather not. Maybe one day I'll have like a separate Linux computer. I think that's where we're headed. Honestly, at this point, I'd rather use Mac. If Mac played games, I would be on Mac right now, bro. I love Windows, but like my MacBook, dude, I legit edited on Premiere Pro a 4K video, 1 hour long when I was in Malaysia. For 6 hours straight, didn't run out of battery. Can you fucking believe that? I used to have a gaming laptop at some point. I open Chrome. It shuts down in an hour. Like, Windows sucks, man. Mijin, were you around for the dinosaurs? Dude, I'm not that old. What the fuck? But thanks, Gracie. Platonic tabs are holding on to dear lives. UG Scarab. Thank you so much for the 20 gifted memberships. Fucking huge, dude. That's a bomb right there. Thank you. Tab count when? I need to know for reasons. Cat smiley face. Bruh. Like at least 60. At least. Thank you for the gifted. Mr. Joe says, harassment on both sides are bad. When Kitsunero's tweet blew up, she was flooded by randos saying awful stuff to her and tried to cancel her for a random meme post referencing an Alex Jones meme song. Twitter being Twitter. Yeah, we already saw that. We saw how much she was being harassed on TikTok. And yeah, you know, harassment on both sides suck. It is what it is. We've already talked about it. And yeah, I agree. It sucks. But thank you for the dono. Expensive Coffee says, why has no one hired /DM'd Mugen for their PR yet? Oh, they have. They have. You just don't know about it because it's never going to be public. It's never going to be public. Why would anyone come out and say, yo, Mugen just help you with this thing? Why? The fuck? I don't run an NC page. But yeah. I do it for the low price of nothing. I just do it because I think it's fun. You know? I love helping out like friends and stuff, and if I know that they're good people and they're being canceled for no reason, I'll very gladly do it for free. You know, I'll just be like, hey, listen, just a piece of advice from someone who covers shit like this all the time. And yeah, it's cool. Sriracha says, yes, I'm platonically, yes, I platonically help. Yes. One day I'll write an entire dissertation on the Gamergate remnants and their collective desperation for another culture war. I mean, Gamergate was huge because it was the first of its kind in a medium that was devoid of any drama, right? You know how like when you were a kid, playing Pokemon got you made fun of, and now those same people making fun of you are trading crypto and buying Pokemon with it? You know, gaming used to be this thing that was so niche. So niche. You either played it or you didn't. And then you had people who usually didn't fit the stereotype. But unfortunately, some of them carried negative connotations. And so it just caused like this nuclear bomb. And both sides just, you know, I don't know, man. It's weird. But it's crazy, though, how this internet feud turned into such a big culture war that still affects so many things, right? And today, of course, I mean, remnants, I mean, we're still in a culture war, I think. We're still in a culture war. And it's gonna last for a while. I don't think it's ever gonna end. I mean, when do you see it ending? When will everyone agree on something? That's just how the internet, ever since Elon Musk bought this stupid website and made it so that more impressions equals money, guaranteed that there was going to be a culture war until we all have white hair and die. Okay? That's it. Like, you will literally see people tweet rage bait like all women suck, all men suck. If only we could kill all gender, you know, like if just to get impressions, to get money. That's it. So, and people take it seriously. They're like, well, how dare you say this about women or men? How dare you say this about this race? They're rage baiting. Stop giving them attention. They want money, and it's working. So sad. Blue Sky is so boring. So yeah, see, Blue Sky is an echo chamber. It doesn't have a culture war. It's just all the same people talking about the same shit. There's no different arguments, and people find it boring. This exodus that happened from Twitter to Blue Sky, everyone who went there came back. So at the end of the day, the real answer is, do we even want this culture war to end? No. No, we don't. Deep down, we don't. because it's entertaining. It's funny to see someone get ratioed and shit, you know? VTubers got a way worse image thanks to this, Silverwolf. Kind of hard to do that, to be honest. Kind of hard to make it worse. Because a normie's default opinion is these VTubers are a 40-year-old man with a voice changer. How can you make it worse? How can you make it worse? You know? You can't. You can't. I don't think so. And that's the thing I think that pisses a lot of people off, is that the reputation's already shit. Why is the award being presented so badly? Why did they fucking put a random streamer, a random wholesome streamer, as Hololive? Why did they fuck up the VTuber category? So, like, that's the argument. VTubers already get enough hate. Why make it worse? Right? That's the whole thing. Luna Nicole the Fox, Caramelli, thanks so much for becoming members. Luna Nicole says we are allowed to be a little cringe as a treat. True. You guys definitely. Everyone deserves to be cringe. Everyone deserves to be cringe, dude. As I said, like, the only people in society who are allowed to be themselves are kids. And when adults do it, it's cringe. So, like, is cringe really that bad? Yeah, no. If you're being public nuisance, if you're harassing people, yeah, that's cringe. The bad kind. But otherwise, you shouldn't be shamed that hard. Forrest Lemon B says, cringe is what makes us humans. We aren't cartoons and look up to our idols for a reason. Sincerely, a furry. Thank you. I hope you can furry safely without being in conventions that have a smell problem. But yeah. Thank you. Speaking of being 30, I'm now a wizard. Congratulations, King Blue Jay. Congratulations, bro. Congrats. Like, dude, how was it? Like, you know, like when Normandy happened and the Allies took over France from the Axis, what happened? Like, were you there? Like, tell me, were the headlines on the newspaper were they as crazy as they are today? Sophie, Wulu, feel like furries are the perfect parallel to VTubers. They spend thousands of dollars purchasing or building the most detailed art pieces, and people give them shit because they are a very small minority of weirdos. Yeah. Yeah, now that you mention it, it is very similar. They spend like $3,000-$4,000 on their fursuits. VTubers spend the same thing, sometimes more. Yeah. I'd say VTubers are a bit less cringe though, because usually they don't like to go IRL to conventions, right? The problem with furries is they already had a bad reputation being furries, but like when you hear news like, oh, furry convention had to be shut down, fire department came in because the smell was too much, or hotel bans furries for life because of shit flinging in the bathroom, you know, that doesn't help. That doesn't happen to VTubers, you know? There's a very big difference, but yes, the parallels are there. I see it. But yeah. J-Don Week says, I would say the only solution is to have an award show specifically for VTubers, but Fillion tried that twice and it led to the same kind of drama. Yeah, it did. I agree. Fillion tried her best to do something different, which was, you know, to many the solution. Like, hey, listen, people are going to treat us like shit. Let's do awards. And every time the VTuber of the Year award gets presented, shit show. My Oshi should have won. No, my Oshi. It's like, shut up already, man. I have an Iron Fist says, an open fandom is a fortress, unbarred and unguarded. Yeah, true. Daily Chan says, bro's so based. I love all his takes and I agree. Thank you. Astralena says, didn't Cutie Cinderella have a shitty kind of sarcastic intro for the VTuber category? Yep, we talked about that. It wasn't her, but it was someone that was brought in as a host. Yeah. I don't know who wrote the intro because she was reading off a script, but it's her. It's a Cutie's event, so, you know, she has to take credit for that. The Secret Lover, please stop. There's only so much cringe I can watch in a sitting. Cat smile emoji. Hey, listen, I know it was a cringe overload, but at least we ended it with a very, very wholesome clip, guys. At least there was that. Okay. And there were some things that were really funny. Dude, this post, like whenever like I need to laugh, I just go back to this. This dude posted it in his fucking community on Twitter and genuinely thought he was making a point. The two most stalked and harassed men on earth. Like, Justin Bieber just there. It's like, what the fuck did you bring me in for, dude? God. Oh, top tier lolcow, bro. Okay, this is too much of a white background. Pura Inc. says, if it isn't gatekept, it'll just become a cam girls and parasocial grifters. I don't know my opinion. You're talking about VTubing? Well, you know, the thing is, there are people who do adult content. A lot of the top VTubers actually have a Fansly. When I say a lot, I mean like, I don't know, at least like 20% off the top of my head, 30%, but a good amount. They keep it on the down low usually, though. They have a separate account for it and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's there. It's there. But it is a stereotype. It is a stereotype for sure. It is a stereotype, and it does suck because this used to happen to. I mean, this still does happen to just normal women facecam streamers on Twitch. At some point, you had people like Amaranth and all those other people who have like OnlyFans and stuff, like do these very sexual ASMR streams. You know, they weren't fooling anyone. So this led to a huge wave of people that would go into like a normal woman's chat who just wants to stream and have a good time asking, do you have OnlyFans? Do you have Fansly? Any nudes? Nudes, please? Right? That sucks for them. Because then the stereotype, because of people like Amaranth, right? The stereotype became, oh yeah, all of them just do this shit on Twitch. Twitch is just like a cam girl website, right? That sucks for the majority, for sure. And so with VTubers, yeah, like that whole stereotype, that's why like the speech of them being like, bring me your best ara. It's like, no, not all VTubers are e-girls. Not all of them do this kind of, like the majority doesn't. The majority are just goofy, silly, people who might have conditions that stop them from going outside, that want to connect with the world. Yeah, they're a bit cringe, but that's just how it is. So, yeah. I don't think it's gatekeeping is going to solve it. It's already a stereotype. If anything, if you don't gatekeep it, I don't know. I mean, you definitely want to gatekeep it to stop bad actors from coming in, but how do you solve this whole thing? By holding people like Cutie Cinderella accountable and making sure that if you're going to represent VTubers, don't present them in such a shitty way, pretty much. FedEx with, wow, guys, that's crazy. 7 cents. What kind of currency allowed you to do this shit? 7 cents? How did, oh my God. Anyway, I propose for the next Streamer Awards, they begin with a free-for-all brawl, let all the hate go before the show starts. Yeah, we need like a mosh pit. That's what we need. We need a mosh pit. PP, no thoughts, head empty. Thanks so much for becoming members. Much appreciated. The Quirtiest, already read this, but I'll read it again. First time watcher, great content, such a clear diction. Keep it up. Thank you so much. And thanks so much for leaving a real smiley face, not like a cat smiley face. Wow, I guess you said this non-platonically. Okay, interesting. I have an Iron Fist again, saying Nothing Burger versus Titanic Iceberg. Yes, I agree. I agree. The VTuber stuff in comparison to what we just saw with like the whole Streamer Awards bullshit is definitely the Titanic Iceberg. Vapor Babe, love your videos, Mujin. Stay based. Thank you so much. PW, whoa, Double Lift is wholesome. Don't disregard the entire show. Yes, there were definitely some wholesome moments, but of course, as you already noticed, they were overshadowed, right? Like this is so wholesome. You want to know how many upvotes this has on Reddit? 1,400. You go to LSF, you look at top, past week. Look at this. It's nowhere here. It's nowhere on the first page. Nowhere on the first page. Okay? Nowhere here. There's not a single wholesome moment. Did I show speed? Like, is this clip here at least? Yeah, there's that. That's wholesome, I guess. But that's it. That's it. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh fuck. I got jumped to the top. It's about the friends we made along the way, platonically, of course. No thoughts, head empty. True. You know what, dude? Fuck this fucking clique. Fuck this bullshit. We have each other. I'm happy about it. You know, I'm happy with this wonderful community, with your fucking dumbass inside jokes. I love it. That's what I like. Krypton, thank you so much for the 50 euros. What the fuck? I sleep now? You should have slept before you done. You really didn't have to. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. And thank you for modding. Another one, thank you so much for the 7 dirhams. And yeah. Next dono. PW says, who the fuck thinks it's a race issue? Yeah, dude, I don't know. Earlier, apparently me like calling out the whole like gangster culture they're trying to emulate, because they are, right? They are trying to emulate this whole like snitches get stitches stuff. That's what they're doing. They are, right? This isn't about their race. Apparently saying that is a microaggression. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I'm a microaggressor. Mild chills, thank you. Didn't say anything. Thank you. Much appreciated for the empty donation. Thank you. Vapor Babe, they're gonna say what they're gonna say, man. You don't gotta explain yourself. Everybody heard the threats. We can all agree it was deplorable regardless of race. Yeah. I mean, this really isn't a race issue. Mild chills. Please stream more. It's so entertaining. Thank you. I'll be live again on Christmas Eve. I don't know if I'll go live before that. Maybe something crazy happens, but we'll be live. I'm doing my best. The goal for me is to stream twice a month, at least. So bi-weekly, right? On average. So if something happens like this, I'll stream. And if something doesn't happen, I'll just end up streaming and like we'll kind of like examine smaller things. Yeah, they brought it to Twitter too. Yeah. As I'm saying, like I'm expecting that. Twitter's like that. These people thrive on that sort of shit. And when can we expect the cat face, smiley face, Mugen face model? That I should get that added as a toggle, right? I should. Link Gojo Simp. For the Streamer Awards next year, the presenters should learn congruency and how to keep their personal bias away from what they're doing. I agree. They should also stop being man-children and learn to take the L and learn to take a joke. Cosio, thanks so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Most appreciated. Much appreciated. Please, platonically, please, Unk. Dude, why are you guys calling me Unk? I'm not even 30. Caramelli says, keep up your work, man. Love to listen to your microaggressions as my background noise at work. Oh my God, bro. We're going to get canceled so hard on Twitter. Oh my God. Ivan Iron Fist make lots of money outside when then vanity stream meta. Yeah. Text 8241 says, bro, I don't watch VTubers, but thanks for making entertaining videos about their crash outs. LMAO, take care, man. You're welcome, dude. Thanks for being here. Flintstone, when will we have a platonic moojorking session again on stream? Wait. Moojorking? Again? When did that happen? What the fuck? Moojorking? Thank you, Flintstone, I guess. Gracie, Mugen, were you around for the dinosaurs? I'm not that old. UG Scarab, thank you so much again for the 20 gifted. No thoughts, head empty. Platonically throwing bricks through all my windows because Mugen says they suck. My God, bro. So stupid. Windows, the operating system. Oh my God, bro. Well, you see him 128 gigs of RAM, huh? Can you even afford RAMs by then? Hopefully. I don't know. I bought my RAM in 2024, so, this was obviously cheap. Now we'll look at upgrades in a couple of years. Yeah, I think 64 gigs should hold out by then. Yeah. Who's up moojorking it right now platonically? Bro, this is a different person from the other guy. Whoa, what? C4, what is moojorking? What do you mean? How can you moojork platonically? Krypton, thank you again for the 50. Much appreciated. Another one, thank you for the 2. And Akira Faye. Holy shit. Akira Faye with the 300 ringgit. I love Malaysians. Thank you so much. If you don't know what 300 ringgit is, guys, that is like $70. Crazy. No thoughts, head empty. Thank you so much for the 20 monk jorking it. Okay, that's too far, dude. That is way too far. That's way too fucking far, bro. I'm not an unk. Anyway, guys, the Did you guys have a good time? This was fun. This was definitely fun. I hope this cleared up some things that are going on. There's a lot of blind hatred being thrown around right now. A lot of it can be explained if you put yourself in shoes of others. And yeah, you know, honestly, life is easier if you hope for the, like, you know, expect people, give people the benefit of the doubt, you know? So yeah, Nephilim, don't go around, even if you disagree with Iron Mouse, don't fucking go around harassing her and calling her, or like, you know, someone who gets stepped on all the time. Let's see what Peanut does. Hopefully he can, like, you know, tell this community to pipe it down. In terms of Cutie, I don't know, dude. Like, if she's gonna do the award show next year, I hope she genuinely learned lessons and is just saying that, because there's a lot of lessons. Oh my god. But I doubt it. I doubt she's gonna actually like make changes. We'll see. I hope I'm proven wrong. Sad Villa, thank you for the 19 Mexican dollars. And Peanut's community been harassing her. Well, we talked about this in the beginning. It's just like, you know, it's not all of them, but no, actually, like part of the VTuber community is actually, like, you know, has bad things to say about her now. And yeah, I'm definitely, dude, I'm telling you, bro, there's gonna be a thread on Twitter, call me racist. Gonna be very interesting for sure. Muji's a microaggressor. Muji hates all, like, an entire race. Oh my god. But yeah, not my first rodeo. Been canceled before during my Genshin video days. I'm pretty sure it was botted, bro. I'm almost positive. But at some point, like a thread made to make fun of me or like hate on my channel got 100,000 likes. I was like, what? Now this is botted. It had like 30 replies. I don't know who the fuck paid money to bot that shit. Oh my god. But anyway, yeah, people are really funny on this platform. That shit was so 100,000 likes. I was like, dude, I am not that big. Like, I'm sorry. Listen. Everyone has some sort of an ego. Even if I had an ego bigger than Pirate Software, I can't sit here and say, yeah, I'm not. No, no, I had like 300K subs back then. Like, no, I was not. Anyway, yeah, hurry up. I'm waiting for you on Arc Raiders. Dude, I didn't even buy the game. All right, guys. Who did you piss off? Hey, man, when you piss off the when you've been through drama in the gacha community, you can handle anything. All right? You can handle anything. Okay? Not to mention, like, my video about Dream at some point when I was talking about that controversy with him and Tommy. Yeah, people, like, comments were just calling me ableist and shit. Like, dude, whatever. These people came to watch the video, disliked and left. They don't matter. I know myself. Anyway, take care. Okay? Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thanks so much for watching until the end, especially if you're watching the VOD. You're crazy. And I'll see you in the next stream. If I don't stream, you know, next week or whatever, don't worry. Guaranteed to go live on Christmas Eve, 24th of December. Join the Discord. There's an art contest going on. There's mod applications if you're interested. I hang out there from time to time. I definitely lurk and check the general chat. You guys are fucking weird sometimes, but I love you. And yeah, platonic good night. I platonically love all of you. Thanks so much for platonically tuning into my stream. And I'm just going to go platonically pass out of my bed now. Love you platonically. Mwah. Bye-bye. Platonically.